Norm fucks with people. First of all, when I say I love you, like, that's the truth. Like, you know, being around you, your energy, it's fun.
Yeah.
But I had to learn a little bit. He used to come to my house. I have like he would come to the house, and then he would say something about, like, you know, I have to use a real example. Like, I'm very anti hitting kids at all. Just, okay, I'm not. We don't have to get into it now. But anti. No, I don't mean. Of course not.
Really going out on a limb now.
No, everyone knows that we're not. There's certain people that go, of course, not abuse, but a proper spanking. I'm against that too.
Oh, you're against spanking.
Yes,
you're against spanking.
Yes, even spanking
with children.
Well, unless it's two consenting adults, I don't really have any.
Spanking. What about when they get you and then it hits the back of your balls?
Oh. That's just all great timing, because I don't know what you meant. Because you would come there and I said something about it and you went off how it's all right, and you, for like 45 minutes, were like, Norm, he goes, well, you know, kids, you know, and I'm like, so then he goes, I'm just kidding. Then he goes off on an hour dissertation that was so articulate and so eloquent that it was said what I felt better than I could say it, so he was just fucking with everybody for 45 minutes. You think that'll never happen again? And it did. A month later, something came up in politics. You just throw stuff out there, and then you go, nah, and then you get everyone worked up.
I'm a provocateur.
You know, with politics, it's like, yeah, I don't like to get into it that much anymore.
Yeah, let's not get into this shit, man.
Okay, buddy.
Because it's getting, I can see people not laughing now.
No, I mean, but, you know, laughter, but, you know, I know that you've gotten into a little bit of flack around it, but you're
flack around what?
Around politics.
What do you mean?
Well, just say, you know, you've said things that people have reacted to, but you're not like a political comic.
I'm not political. I've only said things on purpose to provoke people.
Right.
Once in a while.
You like doing that, though.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
But I've never. But I've never. Because I don't know enough. And because I don't respect political humor when it's nothing but gossip.
Did you see Django Unchained?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. You remember when Leonardo DiCaprio and the boys were sitting around watching the slaves fight to death?
Yeah, awful.
Yeah, awful. But isn't that what boxing is?
No.
You and your rich friends, you go to Vegas, you say, bring up those poor black people from the ghetto. In the ghetto.
I don't think that's the requirement.
And a mother cry.
I don't think that's the requirement.
What's not a requirement?
You have to be African American.
You have to be poor.
Okay. Well, it just so happens, I think. Maybe because that's a way out for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think it's cool that rich people pay money to watch two poor people fight to the death?
Well, if they're good, they won't be poor anymore. Mayweather was one of the top paid athletes last year.
Yeah. Yeah. And he lost it all on the Jaguars.
I thought we were going over my credits, and you've lured me into a discussion. You put me on the side of the argument.
I'm trying to say,
a rich white person oppressing young black males into boxing. I don't know how I got.
I remember when we came in. It was you. Wasn't even Will. But the talk was all about David.
Is that right?
Yes.
Wow.
And I think in the first year, you proved to be the guy.
I did well. I will say
Name me another guy that had that many characters in the first year of Saturday Night Live, bar Eddie Murphy.
Well, I'll bet you Mike Myers did.
First year? Mike Myers, first year? Nothing.
Nothing.
What is your favorite project you've ever worked on?
This.
I want to talk about Del Close.
Favorite project I've ever worked on, there's tons. There's tons of them.
Yeah.
A recent one, and this is not just
so you don't understand the word favorite.
Wow. Is this called Norm's Hot Box today?
You're right.
No, but it's fine.
You're right. I feel like the guy that threw Cool Hand Luke into the
box?
Yeah. In a few words, tell us why Second City is so much better than the Groundlings or Upright Citizens Brigade.
Is it?
That's what he thinks.
He said, tell me why it is.
Yeah.
I keep getting put into this situation. Here's your argument you must defend.
I think women are hilarious.
Paul Westerberg. I do too.
Yeah, well, you haven't brought one up yet.
I haven't brought a woman up?
No, as a funny. I think women are really, really funny.
What does this have to do with the replacement? He's trying to goad me into bait me into another argument.
No,
because I have to take the side that I don't want to take.
Because you're a comedy expert, and all of a sudden you're Kurt Loder. I mean, I want to hear about comedy, and I think women are funny. And I'm tired. You do think women are funny?
This is a rather troublesome thing I've got to address. This was in Adam Eagle's dressing room. If you can read it, it says ISIS hunting permit. I said, what does this mean even? ISIS hunting permit. Everyone would want to kill ISIS. And then you said, no, I wouldn't want to kill ISIS. Does that mean ISIS hunting permit? Does that mean that this is supposed to be taken as some sort of redneck thing?
Yeah, it seems like it would be on like
Why
a
would this be a
redneck-
redneck thing?
Well, it just seems typical of something you'd see on the back of a pickup
Right,
truck.
but I said after that, I said, but no, everyone would want to kill ISIS.
The thing is that somebody would use that as permission to kill Muslims, just because they couldn't differentiate between who is ISIS and
why
who
would
is,
they not say Muslim hunting permit?
well, because they sort of look at all Muslims as being ISIS. You know, that's the problem when people want to deport all the Muslims from America. They think that they're all part of ISIS when in truth they're not.
His biggest fear is that ISIS or some terrorist group like that would get a hold of a dirty bomb and explode it over a major city within the United States and kill tens of millions of people. Because then the blowback against innocent Muslims would be absolutely terrible. Were you surprised by Brexit?
I was surprised by Brexit. Thank
You
you
were,
for
huh?
asking. Yes,
I wasn't surprised.
You saw it coming?
It took me a long time to understand what it stood for. Do you know?
Yeah, I don't remember.
To you. I'll whisper.
Good God.
I'm whispering.
No, all right, I'm listening. I'm trying to listen. Okay.
England's not doing well financially.
Right.
Can't you get you call them your mates? They're friends.
Yeah.
Everybody else in the world, they call them mates.
Sure.
Get a couple of dozen of your mates and go down to that Buckingham Palace and kill the old bag.
To what end?
It's money.
Right. Are you an old sea captain? What is this shtick that you? Because I'm pretty sure I've watched some of these other editions of the show, and I'm pleased to see that I've broken from the rule of only having white blokes on the show, which seems to be you only have white men and Roseanne
Because it's supposed to be a comedy.
Right.
But
It's supposed to be.
It's alleged.
In New York this week, Sammy the Bull Gravano was sentenced to just 5 years in prison for committing 19 murders. You better be careful, though, because New York has just passed a tough new law. 20 strikes and you're out. Visitors to New York's Times Square this winter are in for a bit of a surprise. Crazy people will be shooting at them. A French man who calls himself the Snake Man was arrested this week after climbing up the side of a Manhattan high-rise. Yep, he climbed right up the side of a high-rise, just like a snake. Newly elected Governor George Pataki says he wants to bring the death penalty back to New York. First up, Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Well, more bad news for Governor-elect George Pataki. An audit reveals that due to years of lax security, New York's reservoirs are, quote, 90% urine. The most restrictive smoking ban in the nation took effect this week in New York, and already the city has gained over 9,000 pounds. Police in New York investigating the deranged homeless man who attacked a girl with a hypodermic needle have made a shocking discovery. He's Mickey Rourke. Well, New Yorkers were asked in a recent survey what they thought of the new slicked-back hairdo Princess Di displayed on a recent trip to the city. 38% of New Yorkers approved, 45% disapproved, and 17% said, "You stopped me for this? Now I'm going to shoot you." This week, New York Senator Al D'Amato repeated his claim that during the Second World War, Switzerland aided the Nazi war effort and helped launder money stolen from Jews. These charges are the results of a lengthy, thorough investigation by the senator, which proves, quote, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that New York has lots and lots of Jewish voters and no Swiss voters. On Tuesday, New York City Mayor Rudolph Giuliani cruised to re-election with 57% of the vote. The mayor credits his victory to strict enforcement of quality of life ordinances, while loser Ruth Messenger blamed her defeat on low voter turnout by aggressive panhandlers and squeegee men. She was expecting them to show up strongly. Well, crime is down nearly 20% in New York City, with only 384 murders so far this year. Only 384? You know, if you ask me, that's still 307 too many. That's right. And with the Pope in New York City, some of the New York City's greediest and most heartless con men are getting rich selling fake tickets to the Mass in Central Park. Don't I know it? Look at all... Look here. Look at all this. Oh, yeah. According to a recent survey, the best tasting water in New York State comes from South Huntington on Long Island. And the worst tasting water comes from Lou Reed's bong. Finally in the news, what is America's most honest city? To find out, a team of sociologists left 10 wallets filled with cash on the street in various urban centers. In Atlanta, 7 of the wallets were returned. In Seattle, 9 of the wallets were returned. But not surprisingly, in New York City, only 1 of the wallets was returned. Empty and shoved up some dead guy's ass. The New York City Transit Authority plans to put up signs in subway stations asking city residents to be more polite when getting on and off the subway. Most New Yorkers say the idea sounds great and that the new signs will make excellent urinals. Basketball superstar Michael Jordan has scored a slam dunk with his new men's fragrance, selling 1.5 million bottles of Michael Jordan cologne in the first 2 months. No, the scent does not smell like Michael Jordan after a game. It smells like Patrick Ewing. So it smells good. Well, after a 15-year absence, the New York Yankees are back in the World Series. And some New Yorkers have come up with a novel way of snagging those hard-to-come-by tickets. Murdering guys with tickets and stealing them. Earlier tonight, the New York Yankees defeated the Atlanta Braves and won the World Series. As a result, Atlanta Mayor Bill Campbell will send a bushel of delicious Georgia peaches to New York Mayor Rudolph Giuliani. Had the Braves won, Mayor Giuliani would have sent Mayor Campbell a bushel of delicious New York crack. Well, the New York Yankees are the 1996 World Series. And this week, 3 million Yankees fans gathered on the streets of New York to honor their heroes. While the fans were of different ages, races, and religions, they shared one thing in common. They were all standing in urine. The giant ticker tape parade for the Yankees left nearly 4 tons of confetti on Manhattan's streets and sidewalks. But New York officials do have a plan for dealing with the confetti, leaving it there to soak up all that urine. The New York City Taxi Commission named the 10 worst cab drivers in New York City. Mohammed Zaman, Akbed Alab, Yasser Abdul, Ali Rakima, Malik Gassagi, Himyar Lakmid, Sarbit Karim, Jazi Hassan, Zakadan Nosagi, Famoud Abdul Nasir. And the second worst offender is Abdul Ahmed Zakali. This week is Taxi Cab Appreciation Week, so to all you taxi cab drivers out there, I'd appreciate it if you'd take a shower once in a while. How's that go? I was a little late here tonight. I took a cab to the theater, folks. And I don't know if you've ever been in these New York City cabs, but I got one of those cabbies, couldn't speak English, you know. Saw his name there on the dash. I couldn't even pronounce it. I think it was something like Hideki Arabu. I'm like that. Arabu's been having some trouble, man. They fired his translator. Steinbrenner fired his translator. And people see that as cruel, you know, but I don't know, you know. I mean, if you're not doing well in Yankee Stadium, you know, do you really need a translator? Do you want that, you know? You know? Hey, what'd they say? They say you suck. You should go back to Japan, you dirty foreigner. Okay, I got it. I'm trying to pitch over here.
Everybody's bringing up these licenses for illegals and that they need to have them. And my question is, where are they getting the license plates? Obviously, we're letting them register vehicles without licenses. And in this day of car bombs and stuff, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Thank you, Dan from Boise. Norm, what's your feeling?
Well, I know that the New York Governor Spitzer, I'm trying to get to learn things, but he doesn't want to issue licenses to illegal immigrants, you know, and I don't know how the hell you're going to get a cab in New York City anymore. I mean, it's hard enough, you know, for me especially, as a black man.
When I first met him, he was in New York under the Queensboro Bridge jerking off punks for $15 a man.
Oh my God, that's not bad. Steady work anyway. But you picked a bad bridge. Queensboro would have been better.
Well, it was.
Not Queens.
It was Queensboro.
Oh, I thought Williamsburg.
Yeah, I mean, times have changed. Yeah, Williamsburg, yeah, it's been gentrified and everything, yeah.
And this guy used to jerk off punks under the Queensboro Bridge, $15 a man.
I robbed a couple of punks under there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You ever
You look familiar.
Were you in New York when the Twin Towers fell?
No, I was in Los Angeles.
Well, either way, it was a national tragedy. It was.
Yeah, I know.
9/11. We're going to go to hell.
So now we got a guest, which is cool. Jack Duvall. He's David Duvall's brother. Do you know the golfer?
Is that true?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, but that would be cool, right?
Yeah.
He almost won the U.S. Open. He's the president of the International Center on Nonviolent Conflict. That's cool. What's that mean?
It means people power.
Yeah.
When people rise up to demand their rights.
Well, is that what they did in that movie Gandhi? Which was, by the way, based on a true story, I heard?
In fact, it happened, yeah.
Yeah. But don't a lot of people die doing that?
Well, that's because the British began to shoot Indians.
Yeah, right. Well, won't that happen if your part is non-violent?
But that's where it gets interesting. If you've got a great strategy and you know how to diffuse repression, there are ways of doing that tactically. Then
it doesn't work. It doesn't work one-on-one, right? Like let's say a guy comes at me with a gun. Me being non-violent, that would not work ever.
No, I mean, I'm not a pacifist. I think everybody has the right to self-defense. If it's the only thing you can do to defend yourself and your family, absolutely.
But you need a lot of people. So this could happen in Iran, right?
You don't necessarily need lots and lots of people, because here's the deal. If I were in a room with like maybe 25 or 50 people, and I was threatening them with a gun, and I said, okay, I want you to do the following things, otherwise I'm going to shoot you.
Right.
They'd have a choice. They could say, okay, we'll do those things, we don't want you to shoot us. Or if I were convinced that none of them were going to do the things that I wanted them to do, even if I were threatening them with a gun, then the threat of violence wouldn't have any power, because it's always a transaction.
Right, but what about just the fun of shooting someone? Like a lot of these people are sadists.
That's another story. Yes, absolutely, and that's what these movements do. Like in Iran, they can, if their tactics are strategic, what they can do is to essentially separate that element from within the military and the police forces, which are interested, like the Basiji in Iran, enjoy beating people up, from regular army people who see themselves as defenders of the public order and the nation's honor and all the rest of that stuff.
Hey, can you tell me about Iran? Because I don't understand anything about it, because I don't know anything except what I see on TV.
Well, we had a really interesting and not unique set of circumstances in which the Iranian regime basically stole an election, and
No, but I mean beforehand. Like, remember when the students took over the embassy and all that with the hostages?
That's another story. That was a violent revolt. That was actually a stunt that was pulled by an extreme faction of the Islamic Revolution.
So they weren't young students, right? They weren't educated.
No, that was inspired. That was
why are there educated students in Iran? Why would that old guy let that happen?
Well, the old guy, you see, that was already after the Islamic Revolution had succeeded. So the power that sat there was the new leaders of the Islamic Revolution.
Right.
And so that was designed, in fact, to help. It was for internal domestic politics to enable more power to accrue to the extreme part of the regime. And essentially, that's the same thing that we saw earlier this month in Tehran.
But did they have satellites during that Khomeini guy?
No, they didn't, but Khomeini used the technology of the day to get in power, which was audio tapes. They mass-produced audio tapes of his speeches. He was a very charismatic speaker, and hundreds of thousands of those were infiltrated throughout Iran, and many believe that he was the liberator from the Shah.
But what I'm asking is, like those guys, those Ayatollahs, because they're so serious about what they believe and stuff, why would they allow any Western communication to enter the country? Why wouldn't they just be a closed
it's the way you do business these days. They don't have a choice. If they don't allow digital media in, they can't function in the real world. They can't make a profit as a regime. So it is a trade-off for them. And those who felt that this election had been stolen and poured into the streets used that same digital media, which was then cranked down by the regime in order to help snuff out the protests. And that phase was successful. But they have to go back to allowing full use because otherwise, as I said, they can't function in the world economy.
The new guy, Khamenei, which sounds suspiciously like Khomeini to me. Plus, he has a long white beard that looks exactly alike. But wasn't the first guy like real famous, and then this guy was kind of hid in the background and pretended that other guy was powerful?
Yes, Norm, exactly. In fact, this guy was a controversial pick 20 years ago to be the supreme leader because he wasn't a famous cleric. He wasn't regarded as spiritually advanced, and it was kind of a political power play that put him into the seat.
Huh. What do those guys have? What are those guys' powers? Those clerics, those mullahs? Can they talk to God and stuff?
They certainly think they do, and but you know, it's a.
Hey, I'm not going to argue with them.
No, not on that. That's for sure. We can argue with them about the way they're governing their country, depriving people of their rights.
But their beliefs, I strongly agree with.
Pardon me?
Their beliefs, I strongly agree with. I just want them all to know that. Something there's no point being controversial about. I found that.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's. I mean, anything that is supremely serious, as the supreme leader and his machinations are, we have to find some basis to laugh a little bit about it. And
but when that guy stood in front of the tank in Tiananmen Square, was he an important person, or was he
symbolically, but not strategically?
He did something, though. Something changed within China since he did that.
You know, I mean, I don't think so at the time, but I think that what that taught that regime to invent better ways of keeping control, keeping the lid on. And it also taught the regime that there needed to be a loosening in some direction for the new generations. And so the economic loosening and the turn to free market policies did help to accommodate the rising energies of the next generation.
But the Chinese made a strong point that one guy standing there, man, that ain't nothing if you got a tank. But we got to go, and then we'll talk to you in a little bit, right, Christian?
Jack, if you have the time, we'd like to hold you through the break, is what Norm is saying. Okay, thanks.
I have no idea. You notice I can't add in one thing?
Why?
All I'm doing is sitting here thinking, what would Dennis ask? What would Dennis's point be? What would his view be? What would his position be?
Oh, yeah. I forgot to do that. Right now?
Yeah, see, they couldn't hear what I was saying. I was trying to be off the air. So that's Norm MacDonald, and this is the Dennis Miller Show.
Give us a call at 866-99-DENNIS. That's 866-99-DENNIS. We're joined now by Jack Duval, who is president of the International Center on Nonviolent Conflict. Welcome to the show. Hey, so he's back. So nonviolence, so tell us about that, because that's a pretty fascinating thing.
Well, you know, when it's used by people that get into the streets, as in Iran, it works if three things happen. If people mobilize in large numbers in ways that really impress the rest of the country as representing everyone's grievances. In other words, if there's a unity to take this action. Secondly, if they put real pressure on the institutions of the state and drive up the cost of repression. And finally, if
what is the cost of repression now?
The cost. Well, I mean, it's the cost of.
You can't put a number on it.
Consider this: if you have 1 million people in the streets for 20 days, which is effectively what the Ukrainians did in the so-called Orange Revolution 5 years ago, if you do that, then everybody's working overtime. The cost of doing that to the state goes up. All these authoritarian regimes are incompetently managed. That pressure is extreme, and then people within the security forces begin to say, hey, wait a minute, this is not what I signed up for. Is this sustainable? Who's going to win this thing? And then they begin to think, maybe I shouldn't, if I'm beating somebody up, maybe that means that they'll know that I did that when the new group takes power. And you see that over and over again.
If the new group that takes power, so the nonviolent conflict is a political.
It's about power. Yes,
one person's idea. So. That person would be whoever. Ayatollah Khomeini would have been that person.
Well, that person is going to be somebody who the people perceive as representing their grievances, because that's the only way you can mobilize them.
In Iran, it wouldn't be this other character, would it?
Well, the thing about Mousavi was that he was a safe choice because he was within the. He said he would abide by the Islamic State.
Yeah.
He was a moderate. He was reformist. So a lot of people who wanted sort of a soft change could identify with him. But
is there anybody in Iran now? It's like Yeltsin, just a crazy drunk that'll get up and say anything, and the people will get behind him.
Ahmadinejad is a dogmatist. He's and he's not a classic authority. This is a clique. There's been a coup, and the extreme form of the Shiite Islamists in Iran have essentially taken complete control of the state. That's the fundamental political reality of what's occurred.
Yeah.
And that is scary.
But is it scary if you do nonviolent confrontation, then what if a guy beheads you? Do you at some point, like, struggle back?
Hey, sometimes that can work for you, because the more outrageous the repression, the more angry people become, and then there's a fire next time.
Right. So you got to be able to put your life on. It's almost like suicide bombings, except it's actual suicide, not homicide.
In a sense, certainly political suicide. If a regime is too violent, then it really ends up, busting its bank. Because
Like, remember that old dude in the newspaper that set himself on fire?
You mean back in the Vietnam War days?
Yeah.
I certainly do.
Would that guy be the king of all nonviolent protesters, that he had reached this point where he could...
No, because not everybody will do that, and generally the most effective nonviolent action is one that inspires
I assume
imitation,
very few
and
people.
the other people want to do the same thing.
Did you say immolation?
Imitation.
Oh, imitation. I thought you said immolation was hard to... But Todd has a question.
Well, now I'm
for
wondering if it's a stupid question.
It is a stupid question. It's yours.
Well, you said off the air it was okay, and so did the producer. What about the 9/11 situation, like when they were up in the air? There's nothing nonviolent you can do there to stop that, right?
That's right. Another situation of what I would call...
Because there's not mass people. One of the three things you need.
Well, there's 300.
That's not mass, right?
Versus
Jack, am I right?
You could, in a technical sense, I mean, the power of the people in the airplane could overwhelm a small-armed...
And by the way, just let me interject real quickly. I'm not implying that they should have done anything. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying, so asking that question.
I'm saying it's a shame that David Duvall only lost by one stroke. And I think Jack's still feeling it.
Actually, usually everybody asks me, well, do you know Robert Duvall?
Oh, Robert Duvall, yeah.
He's the guy. Actually, he had a brother whose name was Jack, too, and that guy I did know.
Oh, really? So you knew Robert Duvall's brother, Jack Duvall, because you go to a convention of guys named Jack Duvall?
I actually once Googled myself
Watch your mouth.
And I found out there were 44 Jack Duvalls in the United States. So
yeah, it's humbling.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
How many Norm MacDonald?
Well, when you YouTube and you go like, hey, man, I'll listen to a James Brown song, and instead it's a guy in his basement doing James Brown.
Right.
You're like, well, I didn't want this. Why is that number one?
Although those music videos are great, sometimes there's an unknown, and it's amazing what they're capable of.
Hey, Robert Duvall is an unknown in our next guest, Billy Joe Shaver's video. You know Billy Joe?
I remember Billy Joe.
Yeah, well, he does.
What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing?
What?
Billy Joel, sure.
No, that's Billy Joel. Billy Joe Shaver.
Acting stupid.
So anyways, he was up for Gospel Album of the Year, and he has Robert Duvall as a walk-on. But Jack, thanks, man. You taught me a lot about Iran, and I bet a lot of dumb people in the audience that are as dumb as I am learned a lot of stuff, too.
You can't be afraid to ask, because other people are thinking the same thing.
Well, it was a pleasure. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jack. You're a smart guy. Hey, listen, is Jack still there?
Well, you cut him off.
I had one question for him.
What? I'll answer it.
I was going to say, what does a guy like
We're wrapping it up.
We're wrapping it up. We'll be back on the Dennis Miller Show.
Are you all right?
What happened?
Well, you're all right, sir. Now, everything's going to be fine.
I saw white light and I felt this inner peace.
Uh-huh.
I thought I was going to heaven. But then that guy from that horrible movie Rhinestone showed up.
What? It's Fly Saloon. He's trying to help us.
Don't move. There's an ambulance coming, please.
Thank you so much. You're very kind.
No, it's okay.
He's not that kind. Did you see Cobra?
That movie actually got very screwed up in the editing. What's wrong?
I just remembered staying alive.
Oh, hey, come on. Look, you'll be fine. You're just a little shaken up, okay?
Great. I don't know which is worse, being in this accident or
being helped by the star of Judge Dredd.
Listen, he's trying to be nice.
Yeah, okay, fine. How are you doing, madam?
My arm hurts.
Oh, really? Can you move your fingers?
Oh, God, Paradise Alley sucks. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
Well, don't be sorry. The guy stole 2 hours of your life.
Oh, come on. That's enough. I'm trying to help you.
Let me ask you something. What were you thinking when you made Over the Top?
What?
Over the Top? I mean, you had to arm wrestle the guy for the custody of your son, for God's sake.
Let's save your energy.
I mean, did you actually get that script and go around telling people, hey, this is a good one?
Oh, come on, just drop it, please.
No, you're right, you know. It was an excellent movie, now that I think about it. After all, you know, it does combine the emotional drama of a custody child hearing with arm wrestling.
That's enough! Shut up! Stop! Hey, what the hell are you doing? You're punching car accident victims. No, you don't understand. He was bad-mouthing my films.
The man is injured and he happens to think Tango and Cash is jackass, so you hit him?
He didn't mention Tango and Cash, okay?
Please, somebody just help my husband.
I think this guy's dying.
All right, everyone clear. I'm losing him.
Stop, or my mom will shoot Suck.
So, on Weekend Update, when you anchored, Frank Stallone was often a punchline. Did he know it was coming, or did you ever talk to him afterwards?
But I talked to his brother, Sylvester Stallone, who hosted the show, and he was like, what the fuck with Frank? And so I said, you know, it's a complete non sequitur. It's ridiculous, you know. And so he told me, you know, he says, the thing with Frank is, you know, after Rocky, he decided to become a boxer. So, you know, he'd go in the ring with it. It'd say like the Italian stallion's brother. He goes, every boxer in Philadelphia just beat the shit out of him. He goes, you've never been right since, and I feel guilty about it. He says, if you could just lay off him for a while. And I was like, no, so I never did another job.
You say I don't listen. I tell you I try, and we both got our own problems, but I still try.
According to the EPA, it will cost an estimated $295 million to clean up toxic waste at the former Lockheed Martin military aircraft plant in California. The cause of the toxic waste? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. In Princess Anne, Maryland, state health officials have discovered what caused the mysterious death of 200,000 fish at a Somerset County fish farm. The culprit? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. In economic news, unemployment figures rose slightly for the month of October, with declines in the Dow Jones and NASDAQ. The reason for the sudden downturn? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. Entertainment Weekly's list of the 101 most powerful people in show business is out. At number 1, Fox CEO Robert Murdoch. And at number 2, you guessed it, Frank Stallone. And finally, the number 1 selling doll this Christmas is Tickle Me Elmo. And the least popular selling doll? You guessed it, Tickle Me Frank Stallone. And the British Sunday Times is reporting that Belgian doctors have accidentally cloned a human being. The human being? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. Recent photos sent from the Galileo space probe orbiting Jupiter's moon Europa suggests that it meets the conditions necessary to support a primitive life form. Just what kind of life form? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. And finally, the votes are in. And Entertainment Weekly has chosen its funniest man alive. And who is the funniest man alive? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. Congratulations, Frank Stallone.
Tom Brady could have made probably the same amount of money as a male prostitute. Trust me, I'm good at math.
Tom Brady was listed ahead of his wife Gisele Bündchen in Forbes' recent list of the 100 most powerful celebrities. But last year, Tom was behind his wife. When asked to comment, Brady said, "Hey, we switch positions all the time, if you know what I'm saying." And then he high-fived the reporter.
No, we're going to start right now.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Okay, hold on.
It's funny when you say that.
Hold on.
Okay. He's honing his hosting skills. I remember when Johnny Carson used to say that. Hold on. He sensed spontaneity and he panicked.
Norm, that's so true. It's mean. But you know what, Norm? I'm glad that you smelled that, because I'm not stupid enough to take. I can take a criticism. Like, you're right.
You're trying to learn.
Well, you learn every week.
Sure.
But you're right. There was some. It just happened. I had in my head how I was going to start the show, but it went a different course. And instead of just going that way, it went whoa, 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 to stop you, so I could go. We're back. And here we go. So anyway, what was the story? How can I? You're never
remember
gonna,
because we're so far past it. I can't remember.
It's all right. They're all fun stories. Everything's fun. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, it's fun.
We are gonna get. I got some shit I'm going to ask you. It's going to make you crap in your pants, and we'll take a break. We'll be right back right after this with the Norm MacDonald.
You're taking a break?
What? We take breaks. The mics are off. Don't worry.
Wait, is this King of the Road?
That's French. I could sing this song.
It's King of the Road.
Yeah. It's in another language. Okay, fade that out.
Are you really good at finding things quickly? Get Roger Miller's King of the Road English version. I'm going to point out an incredible line in it.
All right. I like this. You know, I like taking songs that no one knows the meaning of them. And this first one, I don't know. You guys might go, yeah, Todd, everybody knows that. But I didn't know the Pina Colada song, what that meant.
Oh, yes. I just played that on something because I got them to play the whole thing on that stupid man cow, and he still didn't understand. I was listening to this song.
Can you so for the there? Hey,
wait, Todd, do you mean like you didn't understand the story?
I didn't understand.
No, well, most people you just hear the.
Do you like Pina Colada? That's all.
They don't realize it's about adultery.
Yeah.
It's about a guy, but
it's
here's
the strangest adultery story ever.
But here's the part with that song that I always realized. This is if it did ever happen. So for the people that don't know, let me fill them in real quick. So basically, it's saying, a guy takes an ad out. And for the people that know, they're like, Todd.
First, he sees an ad in the paper,
and it
because he goes, "Me and my old lady, things were getting kind of dull." It's like, huh? Called her his old lady.
Yeah, that's the problem. You call her the old lady. No respect at all. Hey, me and my old lady were having problems. Yeah, because you're a fucking idiot.
You want to take any responsibility for this at all?
No, it's my old lady.
So as she lays sleeping, he scours the personal ads.
Oh, God. Scouring.
Yeah.
And then
it's an ugly.
Explain the song.
And then
quickly.
he finds it one, and the text of it is, if you like pina coladas, getting caught in the rain. If you like something else, walking in the sand, whatever.
Yeah. It's enough. I get it.
Romantic things people like, then you're like me, So he goes, this is the lady for me, not this hag of a wife, not my old lady.
Hey, this is somebody that he really should be with.
Yeah, it's soulmate.
Sure. They should meet.
His soulmate. So then he goes, well, I'll put an ad in the paper. I don't know why. He could have just phoned the number, but he put an ad the next week that said, "Hey, I like pina colada." He answered her.
Right. Yeah. I like walks in the rain. And then basically what it says
romantic
is
that way.
We decided to meet on O'Malley's. We would meet. And then it says, I saw her. And who was it? It was my
lovely
wife.
lady. Now she's a lovely lady.
Yeah. Yeah, he got nervous, didn't he, when he fucking saw her?
Now, it was my lovely lady, and she looked at me, and then their reaction is the funniest. They start laughing.
Yes, that's all what we just went through is worth that I wanted to talk about what you just said. Yes. Dude, think about what happened that night. Like, if that really did happen, well, basically you could say it's a love story about two people that realize the person you're meant to be with, you're with.
No, but he also says, he goes, And then I said, I didn't know you like pina coladas. How this escaped him for the fucking 30 years he's been with his old lady.
He never took a vacation near a bar.
Caught in the rain. Yeah.
So there's that. That explains that song. So did you find the other version that he was looking for?
Okay, so it's you can speed it. You can play it in about the middle. You know, children in all of their names in the town where he just showed up on a train.
That's not true, probably, right?
It's just
like
really disturbing.
Like I can understand he knows every engineer and where you can get a free meal, you know. But all of a sudden,
every lady
he knows every child's name and where they live.
No.
So the police would go, "Were you in, you know, were you in town last week?" Like, well, a boy's body was found in a third boxcar 4 miles down.
What's his name?
He had to have been leaving a lot of child corpses along the way. When he knew their name, the names and where they lived, he knew where they lived.
I gotta share something with you. I watched Byron Allen, Comics Unleashed last night.
Oh yes,
you did that show, right?
I did.
Did he call you personally?
No, I don't know why I did. I think I was with Jamie Masadi and told me, "Hey, you want to go?" I just went to watch, and then they said, "Oh, you want $208?" So, but I went on. First of all, you've never seen comics more leashed in your life. But the funny thing was, he has no.
Real quick, Andy Kindler says, "I think the show should be called Comics on a Tight Choker."
Exactly. So
now back to Norm.
So Byron Allen, he doesn't do like he just gets everybody's like jokes and he hardly listens to them, and then he has no segues. So it was me, Wendy Liebman, Robert Schimmel, and somebody else. So Robert Schimmel gets the first question. It's like, "So I understand you have cancer." It's all said in the same. It's all said in the same. Like he doesn't even know what he's saying. And so Schimmel goes, "Yeah, cancer. The thing is, I was with my daughter-in-law at the time, and meanwhile,
I heard you had cancer.
Meanwhile, my ex-wife is on the. You know, I'm fucking the niece." You know, and my ex-wife comes home and all that shit, and then so he goes to me. He goes, "Norm, I understand you bought a dog." But the greatest thing he said was like because they tape like 12 a day, and he makes $1 million. But they had John Lovitz was the guest, and it was like the greatest segue I ever heard in my fucking entire life. Byron Allen turns to John Lovitz and he goes, "So John, I understand you're getting older."
I saw him once
That's
say,
the greatest line I ever heard.
I heard him.
Understand you're growing older.
Yeah. Well, I am actually growing older, and then they tell their older joke. I saw him literally ask somebody once, "So what's your thing with Ferris wheels?" Now, come on, can't you say, "What do you do with your kids in the summer?" Well, we bring them, take it half a. What you're basically saying is we don't have a half a second to get there gracefully.
Right.
So if we ask one question,
why does he have to say anything? Why do you just make a deal? Cut to me for 5 seconds, and then I point.
Yeah,
exactly. No. Well, here's the
Next.
least. Here's the least we figured out that he could set somebody up, giving it less than he already does. So Daniel, now you like to talk.
That's great.
So listen to this. The other night. Now listen.
Now, Daniel, I understand you like jokes. Telling jokes.
I do. You know, it's funny because
you have bits about subject.
You got bits and pieces. I got bits and pieces. So no. What are we talking about?
Talking about Byron Allen.
Byron Allen. So the other night on the show, he has a joke. Now I'm willing to. Like, I really want to I don't want to not be, make fun of somebody for, maybe their comedy's dated because, maybe you respect them and it sort of became dated. You don't say anything.
He was 16. He was the youngest guy ever on the Tonight Show.
Yeah. So there, you have a level of, you know what, that's comedy was, whatever. But then when they do a joke like this, it's hard not to tease him. He goes on and he makes a joke about it. He goes, "Yeah, I'm at the payphone." I'm like, oh my God, okay, you held on to the joke. There's still some payphones you could do the joke, right? So you think if you have a team of writers, not one of them talked him out of this joke. It made it onto the air. That means there's or they're not telling him the truth.
Right.
It's one or the other.
Or they're shitty
Okay,
writers.
here's the joke that gets onto the show. So he goes, so he had to do his payphone joke. I get it. But then he doesn't even think to update what it cost. He goes, she was going to send me a dime back in the mail. Dime? When did you record this? 1970? You're taking come on. Someone on the staff has to say, hey, make that joke like 35 cents, or you'll update it a little and get a laugh with them. Oh, you're right. I did. No, that made it onto the air. So, and then he goes, so the lady said she'll mail it to me. Oh, you know in the jokes you see them coming before they deliver the punchlines?
Yes.
Man, there's something wrong.
Yeah,
when I'm finishing it for you, well, then maybe it's not that great of a thought if I can get to it before you can.
There's probably something wrong when you're watching Byron Allen.
It's bad in the premise when your first word is remember. Like, you know what I mean? You're like, remember that guy 18 years ago? Anyway, sometimes they make up something. They were doing a TV movie on him anyway. And they do their 18-year-old joke.
Oh, right.
Hey, today's the 20th anniversary of, did you guys remember Lorena Bobbitt? Oh, I couldn't even get that out.
No, you have to say the whole thing that happened with Lorena Bobbitt for people that don't remember.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do, huh? Right? Hey, you want to hear something that's, what do you got a question? Hey, ask any question you want. You know the questions? I hope you don't mind I'm saying this, Norm.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you meet somebody, you have a question, but you're afraid it might be not the coolest question to ask. I know you got seven of those, Daniel.
Yeah, can I go?
Sure.
All right.
I don't even know if it's all right, but I'm saying yes. What if the first one is, what's it like to be on TV?
My favorite talk show moment of all time. You probably have heard this a million times. The Conan O'Brien Carrot Top joke.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the funniest things.
Well, I feel
one
bad.
of my favorite
I actually feel bad about that a lot. I don't like to talk about it because it again,
well, can I just
makes fun of something.
Backpedal really quick?
And since it wasn't my intention when I did it, because it wasn't why I went. It was when I was on panel and not other people were talking.
To me, it's not because of the joke. It's because of the speed at which you came up with the whole thing. I just admired how fast you did it, and it was just.
That's nice.
It has nothing to do with who the joke was about.
Fun.
No.
But obviously, like if you're not being interviewed and you're just the third person listening in, when you can come in at any point, you can be pretty funny.
Yeah.
I still get into a little bit of a situation. Anyway.
No, but that's it. Like, it wasn't because you made fun of somebody. I just love how fast that was and just clever. And
Daniel likes fast. Matter of fact, next to you, his favorite person is a rodeo. What's the guys? What are the guys that bark? They go over here. We find
auctioneer.
An auctioneer. He likes auctioneer. He goes.
I
to
love
watch
auctioneer.
I don't think
country auctioneers.
Do you watch Storage Wars?
No, I don't.
Hold on. Can I talk about the auctioneers? I don't think they're doing anything I can't do.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
Maybe the good ones. I've been to some of these fairs. Hey, we got over here. We got $1 over here. We got $1. We got $1.05. Hey, we got here. $1.10. Hey, all you're doing is going. Hold on. They're going. Hey, yeah, that part doesn't make any sense. And I understand when you clear up. So the shitty barkers, that's all they do. They go, over here, we got the hammer, we need $100. Give me $150.
Okay, but that's horrible.
That's horrible, but I've seen guys that bad.
But I'm saying, no, you haven't. I'm saying, could you get better, you're saying, and master it easily?
Last thing I want to do is annoy some listener that's what they do. Oh, there is, there's no difference?
The last thing you want to do is annoy the 4 auctioneers that could possibly have ever heard this show.
First of all, I am kidding. I don't vision that being my audience. A guy with a donkey.
You could lose all the auctioneers that exist, and it wouldn't matter. You could it's do as well or as poorly.
True. You know what, though? I never even like to piss off an auctioneer. It's the way I
Are
run.
there any like modern day auctioneers?
Is that a Mark Twain quote?
What was it? I forget.
I'll never piss off an auctioneer on a steamboat. I don't know. What about, like, I like Mark Twain was the funniest, but then you fucking hear, like, they go, Will Rogers, that guy was funny, and then he'll have a rope or something on YouTube. I've seen him on YouTube. And he says these things, they're all horrible. They're not funny at all. Like, he goes, I don't care much for politicians. I have more use for my dog. I go, that's a joke? That was literally a joke of it, like a very famous joke.
I got to be honest. I'm a little bit out there. I feel good though. Hey, by the way, I gotta talk about this.
What?
I gotta talk about the things that people really care about.
Yeah.
What if I started changing the format of the show
format of
more
the
so like
show?
Tom Likas, and people come on, but they go, "No, Todd's show is not women." Did you ever get strangely addicted to that?
Should
when it
do
was
like
on?
we should do an interview. Like you could probably be. Who can you do? Like Tom Snyder. What interviewing broadcast?
Nobody.
Could you do?
I can't do impersonations.
Okay.
You could
Unless I
that's
hear
not
the other
true.
person
do
do.
the who's the?
No, you
the-
do impressions. What do you mean? I've seen you do impressions.
What's his name? The older
Phil
talk show-
Donahue?
Yeah, Phil
No, but
Donahue.
Yeah, you do Donahue.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but you know what? I'm not being the guy who does Donahue.
What
And by the way,
fuck?
shh, listen.
You know,
You gotta listen.
What does that mean?
I am not going to be that guy that does Donahue. Trust me, I'm not going to be the guy that goes like, hey, what if I'm the guy that's still doing the? Hey, listen here, Chief.
But if we're asking you, it's not. Like,
Oh, sure. If you'd like to hear it, I'll do it. It's all a big lie, Norm. I'm hoping you'd beg me. You mean for you
No, I
as a
was thinking-
favor?
'cause
Oh,
I would
sure.
do-
Who am I to be greedy with my gestures?
Because I would do this, like to get the kid viewers, like you do Donahue, and I would answer as Nixon. You know, I like doing Nixon.
I know you do. Why? What's your? This happened last
Fascinated
time,
with
and it
Nixon.
scared me, to be honest.
Fascinated with Nixon.
I need your help here.
Have you always been?
Yeah.
I mean, like obviously not always. That would
No,
be weird.
but since he resigned, I was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I listen to everything he ever said on tape. I can do a very good impression.
Are you serious?
But I can do a very good impression of the older Nixon that nobody knows. You know I can do that.
I like any impersonations, as long as it's not me doing them. I'm very friendly.
You want to hear my Nixon? Talking about the purpose of life?
I'll tell you what. If you do Nixon, would you mind if I put a little reverb in your voice? I think it would really make it nice. Like it would make it like it was you were up on a podium.
No.
Would you do that? You'll do Nixon if you let me play some reverb. All right, we're gonna play the reverb no matter what. So.
No. The reverb it wouldn't work with because
it would.
I don't do a speechifying Nixon. I do a Nixon talking to David Frost on the interview.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Then no echo.
No.
You're right. When you're right, you're right. Who am I to argue?
Hello. Yeah, this is Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh my God!
He calls in.
I am so sorry to do this to you. He calls into the show.
that's
Katie,
all right.
take the defibrillator off his voice.
Okay.
Hello.
Katie, seriously, take the defibrillator off his voice.
It's
Don't.
off.
If you tell me that's fucking broke.
Broken.
This has happened before.
This has happened.
It's broken.
I like he knows where we're going.
I thought you guys got the new system.
I catch on. I smell a bit early.
Hello. This is Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, I just called to say I listen to the show and I'm a big fan.
Oh my God, Katie! It sounds like we're. Take that off, people. It doesn't say.
No, it's okay. Is that I just wanted to say that I'm a huge Norm MacDonald fan.
Has anyone else worked at this? If this is,
You can't get that off of there.
why would she?
Broken. It's broken.
Me and Norm used to go out all the
Is there
time
anyone
and get
else?
pussy all over New York.
Is there anyone?
Jerry, that's not appropriate.
Jerry.
Come on.
Well, what are you going to do? Edit it out.
Oh my God! Anyway,
He's a fun guy. We follow you on Twitter, Jerry.
Thank you. Well, anyway, I got to go.
Because if it was him, he wouldn't spend that much longer.
So thanks a lot. Bye. I'm Jerry Seinfeld. You're listening to the Norm MacDonald Show.
Did you get him to do a?
2, 3, 4.
What do you call them?
What?
Like one? What do they call them in the when you go to the radio and they go like?
Oh, say you're listening.
I'm Todd Glass. You're listening to big long numbers and letters you have to memorize.
I always
And
get
they
nervous.
laugh at you. Go what? What W10607.636 on ham radio? What? They go he said 0.6.
I start well, it's not funny that I just heard this. I'm just getting this. Yeah, just say this, and then they always say this. They go, all right, hi, I'm Todd Glass. Whenever I'm in town, I listen to the the Big Bing and the Bing Bang.
And they go, don't go off script. You have crazy funny shit to say. Just say it. You're like, what?
Yeah.
If you want to just improvise comedy.
Yeah, don't do anything off that sheet. Exactly what's on that sheet. That's all we need
But
you
have
to
fun
do.
with it, though.
Yeah, have fun with it. Well, guess what? One day I'm going to go, I can't have fun with it.
Yeah, I hate that.
You have fun with it.
Have fun with it, you fucker.
What if you had time to just flip out one day? They go, they go have fun with it. And you went, no disrespect, but what do you mean by that? I can't have fun with it. It sucks. You have fun with it.
Right.
Shove it up your ass.
Yeah,
I know I'm making sense.
It's like when you do
They always, a lot of times they say have fun with nothing, and they want you to blossom. I don't know what to have fun. It's about soap. What can I say about it? I don't know. Not that I've been on commercials. I'm making this sort of anger up right now because I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I went once to a commercial.
You've been a commercial audition. It's not fake
right.
anger.
That's it. That's right.
I went once to a commercial, and it was the script said, "Hey, Phil, I see you got a Buick." So that was the line, So all night I'm up like fucking nervous, and I'm reading in the mirror I'm like, "Hi, Phil." I'm trying to fucking say some words louder than other words in the script. I'm like, "Hey, Phil, I say you got a Buick," So then I go there. First of all, my manager used to lie. He'd go like, "These guys are big fans of your comedy. They want to meet you."
Right.
They're big fans. And then I'd show up. There's 4,000 people there. I'm like, they're huge fan. He just lied to me, thinking I wouldn't make it worse when I showed up and they weren't big fans. But anyways, I went in and the guy. So I said, "Hey." He's got one camera on me. I go, "Hey, Phil, I see you got that Buick." And then the guy goes, "Great." Like, it's great. Like how could that be great? So I go, "Oh, thanks, man." He goes, "But this time," he goes, "do it again and just go off the script." He goes, "Forget the script. Like, there's a script. There's fucking 4 words." I go, "Okay, I'll ignore the script." He goes, "Yeah, just go crazy and whatever you want to do, and you're just alone."
How crazy can you go?
Yeah. So I said, but I just agreed because I was paralyzed. I'm like, "Yes, okay," because they think you're Mork from Ork, just because you're a comedian.
Yeah.
So,
right.
So then I freaked out. I panicked, and I just said the same words, like real nervous, just to get out. I said, "Hey, I see I got a new Buick, Frank." And then the guy's like, "Huh? Oh, I guess it was good. Bye." And then my buddy, he was a commie too, and I said, "What'd you do?" And he goes, "I fucked the floor." I go, "Well, you probably did the right thing." Because that's what they were looking for, something like
If I had anything, I used to eavesdrop in auditions and walk out on half of them. If I heard the person in the room before me doing anything different than what I thought, now I didn't realize maybe what I was going to do is right. I just figured if they're doing it, it's probably right.
Right.
So someone would be screaming, and I go, "Oh my god, I didn't know they used an Italian accent and scream," and I would leave because I wasn't.
I left.
For all I know,
the
they're in there rolling their eyes
Yeah.
at this person, and I'm leaving the audition because this person.
I left one time because there was for a bad guy and shit, and I was reading it, and then I get there, and I'm outside, and the guy comes in. He was in right before me. It's Powers Booth.
Oh, where's that at?
The powerful actor Powers Booth. He played Jim Jones and
Who is
Powers
that?
Booth?
No.
Oh, come on.
Come
you
on.
put it up on the computer for him, Powers Booth?
We can see it over there, right?
He's in Tombstone. He's in everything.
Probably if I saw him, I would know him.
Well, maybe you'll be seeing a picture soon by this computer.
Well, he's good. He's quick. That's why he has over 60 listeners on his. On his iTunes. He has 60 tweeters.
60 followers on Twitter.
60 followers. Oh, Jesus, I'm so exhausted.
How about when they go?
Thank you for helping me, everybody. That was so nice the way you all jumped in. Very, very nurturing.
Powers Booth. Is he black?
No.
Hey.
How could none of
Not on this show. We don't talk like that.
How could none of you
thought I
know
knew who that was.
veteran actor Powers Booth, very famous.
Oh my God! Yeah, of
Everyone
course.
knows
Powers
him.
Booth.
Tombstone, right there.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I don't know
of course.
him. He looks familiar.
Deadwood.
Well, that's not a good picture. Do another.
Oh,
is there another
Jesus.
picture? That sucks. That picture.
He
was
what's
in
nice
the-
about
No, he
you?
wasn't in Deadwood.
You're nice
Yeah,
about the picture.
He was the pimp in Deadwood, wasn't he?
Oh yes, he was. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
I know. Well,
I'm waiting.
It's a slow.
Oh, there you go.
There.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure, I know him.
Of course
you
He
know.
goes to my gym. Hey, oh Jesus. Hey, listen. By the way, at my gym, they asked me if I wanted a pickle, and I said no. And after I said no, they go, "It's free." Now I couldn't help but overthinking this, of course, because it's like, who would even admit that it was because of the price? Like, you'd be, even if it was, you'd be afraid to go, "Oh yes, then yes," because it was I wanted a pickle, but I didn't want to spend
Who's
the
giving
quarter.
out pickles at your gym?
At the lunch place. Okay, you want to know the truth?
Okay,
You
so-
son of a bitch?
I know the truth.
Listen
I'm
up,
not letting you get away with
motherfucker.
this.
Here's what Daniel knows. I'm trying to take an old joke and use it.
You repurposed the joke
Yes.
from your act. You
Yes,
raped
well,
the
because
joke.
I haven't
you,
done it-
you raped your own act and then refigurated it into a true story from your past.
Okay, listen. I'm being honest now. You're not going to make me feel bad about it.
all right.
Okay, let me tell you
I've
what
done that
happened.
before.
About 5 years ago.
I want to hear this.
I was
wanna
at
figure out-
Einstein's. Here's why I'm not embarrassed about it. Because people, you don't want to seem like you're
Oh,
lying.
was this sidetrack? Was this on the list of things to talk about?
Yes.
And you just chose to bring it up as a thing that happened.
Yeah, I just decided.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know what you were doing.
Well,
to
let
fit
the audience in
your
on
own
what.
joke.
Let the audience in on this.
Okay.
The part I don't think they're. So anyway, so I took the old bit. You know, it was a bit that happened 5 years ago at the Einsteins. And even though I thought about the pickle, what made me be paranoid was my gym probably wouldn't have a pickle. And at that, oh, what gym you go? They give out pickles. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Why you got to be so observant? So anyway, because it was at an Einstein's, and they said, oh, free pickle. So, but the truth, their story's true. I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
But I think it would be funny that, you know, like you would be on a date, and they would be like, would you like a pickle? No, she's okay. Oh no, they're free, sir. Oh, have a pickle. Do you want a pickle, honey? I wouldn't.
great
I wouldn't
joke.
prevent you from getting a free pickle. I don't.
It's a great joke.
Just I'm not going to pay for it.
Hey, I'm
a good
looking at
joke.
the bill. I don't want to make trouble, but the pickles weren't on the bill, right?
They weren't priced separately on the menu.
I always feel like when I go down to that deli and they give you the clump of stuff on the pickles or whatever they throw down there, I always feel like if I eat them all and then I get more, I'm getting one over on them. You know, I'm getting a second bowl of pickles. Well, for
pickles-
a $14 sandwich, I like to.
The other day I was at my gym and I had to use the payphone. So
Oh, so what happened? What happened?
No, that's I don't have.
Oh, listen, my CB, Byron Allen. No one told him. Poor Byron Allen. You know, here's how I
Poor
wanna-
Byron Allen.
Well, no, he's doing very well.
This is the greatest thing about Byron Allen. He has a
He looks
TV
good.
show called The Entertainers, where it's the greatest people ever from the history of show business. You know, it's like tonight on the show. All he does is he goes.
Oh, yeah.
He goes. To,
It's unbelievable.
He just goes to places that are junkets, you know, where big stars are.
I
promoting
didn't
their
know
movies.
that.
But you don't know it. He doesn't present it like that.
It's smart.
So he's like, tonight on the show, Brad Pitt, Clint Eastwood,
Yeah, and you
Will Smith, David Spade.
and you're in your hotel. You're going, how did he get?
Yeah,
how did
like,
they
what the
get
fuck?
this show?
And then he interviews them, so it's always in front of a poster of a movie that was gone a long time ago. And he's talking to the guy, and but he opens with this, you know. He goes, we're here with Harrison Ford. Man, last time I talked to you, we were talking about working out. And then Harrison Ford goes, what? Like, I better not say I don't remember this black guy. So he's like, yeah, sure, I remember.
Oh, that's a trick Byron was doing, because
yeah,
then it
yeah.
makes him look like he has a rapport with the person.
Yeah.
Last time I talked to you, you were building your house.
And also, because these guys are talking to local newspaper reporters, they're thrilled to have Byron Allen at this point interviewing them. You know, he's going to be the best interviewer by far.
Let's put it this way. I like to have a positive vibe out there, and the truth is, who knows if I might bump into Byron Allen? Who knows of the odds he could be listening right now? If he is listening, I want to leave him and say something nice. He looks great. Not joking around. That guy, I mean, he is ageless. Now, I know you might think, Todd, you just insulted him. He doesn't. People like their looks enough where he'd probably
How old
think,
is he?
does he really think I look that good? So what if he doesn't like
That's
my
a good
show? Who
question.
cares?
It's a good question. How old is he?
I think he's
Because
probably at least 78.
he was because he was so young when he was. That's incredible. And all that shit. He was 16 or something.
That really
Fucking
was
thing.
incredible. I love
Yeah.
that show.
The Tonight
Fred
Show?
Willard.
Yes. Well, I've always liked Fred Willard.
Yeah, we love Fred Willard.
Listen,
Did you ever do the Tonight Show with Johnny? You did.
No.
Never.
I was there I moved to Los Angeles with him he had 6 months to go, and I kept telling Macaulay, I go, just let me be the last new comic on a show, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be cool, because I was good. And then he was like, I don't know. He goes, you're more of a Leno comic. I go, what the fuck? Like, there's such a real term, guy just makes it up. So I'm like, you mean, because he does.
Who said this?
Macaulay. So I go, you mean you want me to do Monday night with Jay when fucking Carson's going to leave in 6 months? And he's like, yeah, he's the future. I go, I know, I realize that. But I go, I want to fucking be on with Carson. Like, why, you know? I know
Everybody
Carson's.
did.
I know if I do Carson, I'm not going to get to do Carson again since he's retiring in 6 months. This is what retard Macaulay thought. You want to get on the ground floor or something? I'm like, no, I want to. But anyway.
No, that says a lot. That's crazy. It's like, no.
But I love guys. Yeah, you're a Leno comic. You're like, fuck off. What the fuck?
I'll tell you what I am. I just like funny. Does one deliver it more? Shh.
Well, they all pretend to know what the fucking. That's the motherfucker. Like you go.
Hey, watch your language.
You go. I'd like to see Letterman if he thinks I'm funny or anybody. You know, I don't want to hear what some guy thinks Letterman's going to think.
Yeah, they decide. It's funny when everybody. Well,
Like
hey, look, I'm not saying anything. I'm not joining in. The views of Norm MacDonald are completely Norm's. Todd doesn't agree at all. If you're an agent, booker, a promoter, party planner, someone that might hire me at a backyard party, I am not going to.
Or Jay Leno. Hey, can I ask Norm a question?
What kind of comment is that? He'll call us.
Todd, this is for you too.
Yeah.
Was there a point where, like, you maybe you never
people
had
started
that from the
recognizing
beginning?
me at the mall? Yes. I feel. I'm the guy who misunderstands the question. I feel like lately it's like really getting. I don't know if it's because the Daniel Tosh show, but it's like getting really
getting on you.
It's getting fun.
You've been on TMZ lately.
I love it. I love it.
They wait for Todd outside his gym now.
All right. The truth is, I've been tipping them off where I'll be. It took me 18 letters to get them to get me once.
Letters.
I write letters. Anyway, edit that out. Seriously, I don't want people to think I write letters. I'm not even joking. Hey, want to hear? Well, Norm. Well,
let me ask you a question.
Oh, I know what
remember,
happened.
like,
Hold
from
on.
starting out.
I got silly because I was making the joke, like what he was saying about when they all think they can book for the booker. That's how it all started.
Oh yeah.
It's always frustrating. But what's the way around that? They do. But
one time I did an impression of Letterman, right? And then I had to be on Letterman like 3 weeks later. So when I was on, I was like, "Oh fuck, how am I going to deal with this when he brings it up? Like that I did an impression of him, you know?" And then these fucking guys that are so close to Letterman, they're like, "Well, he never saw it. He's not going to fucking talk about it. That's not fucking Dave. There's no way Dave's going to bring it up. Dave just doesn't fucking do that. He hasn't seen it." And I go, "Well, he phoned me, you know, and shit." And he's like, "Yeah, but we know Dave, you know." So I go, "Stupidly, I don't prepare anything." So then right at the end of the interview, he goes, "So let's hear it." You know, I'm like, "Oh, fuck, shit. These motherfuckers didn't know Dave at all. Why would I think they would know Dave?" Right. Like, why wouldn't I just fucking have something prepared? So I have to do the impression, like fucking just searching my brain for the right thing to say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they have
not prepared. I could have did it right.
They imagine what he would do as opposed to really know what he would do. They think, "Oh, well, he would."
But I should have gone with my own fucking idea because I would go, "What else would he do?"
Well, I tell you that all the time. You don't listen to me.
What the?
Do you feel like you know Dave now? I mean, he loves you, right?
I don't know him at all. I've never met him. He's invited me to dinners, but I never went.
How come?
Scared.
Yeah, I get that.
We were talking about it earlier. Like, I got invited by Carson for a private lunch with Carson.
Tell me you didn't go?
Didn't go. Because
you know what?
I used to do like a impression of Larry King doing News and Views from, he used to do News and Views, those little bulletin points in USA Today where you go like, if you see one movie, make it Mickey Blue Eyes, you know? So I did it like on SNL, you know, we did it with like, I just do crazy one-liners like, you know, yellow is a great color, but for my money, it's always going to be blue, or whatever. Just retarded stuff. But anyways, it turned out Carson when Carson would get USA Today and he'd go right to Larry King. This was before I did the impression, and he'd just phone his buddies up and he'd go, "Hey, listen to this retarded one." He said, like, "For my money, you know, Ted Williams was A1, you know," and he'd say it to his friends, Carson, which was funny, you know, like phoning, and it's so funny that he would do that, you know. So anyways, then he wanted to have lunch with me. So I didn't, like a retard.
What do you do? How do you make up an excuse that doesn't make them feel like you're blowing them off?
Well, he knows I'm not blowing off Johnny Carson. It's not like Johnny Carson.
No, they might think that.
Me.
Like, if I was that big and I invited someone to lunch and they didn't go, I have to admit, here's what I would think. I'd think, "Oh, really? Like, you know. Yeah, like, I'm David Letterman. I'm that big, but my name's Todd Glass." I know this seems cocky, maybe, but hold on.
I don't think.
So if I invited someone to my house, they was on the show, a young comedian, I invite him to the house. I'm really trying to think, and then I'm that big. I have to keep thinking I'm that big, and then they don't show. I might sarcastically some other friends will go, really, Bing Bang doesn't, Bing Bang doesn't show up. What's he doing?
I didn't not show up. I didn't have like a.
It seems like I'm making.
I didn't have a lunch date.
No. I get it. Like, I think if Johnny called him personally and said, "You want to go to?" You'd go.
Of course.
But I think it was like in passing. Hey, Norm.
No, I got my management phone. He said Johnny Carson wants to have lunch with you, and I thought I was all thrilled. And then I was like, "Holy fuck! What am I going to like? I'll be all alone with them talking, and I won't have any stories. I can't go like." Anyways, one time, Chris Kattan. He doesn't see the cue card. I have no stories at all to tell Johnny Carson, So I go, fuck, it's going to be hard, like 2 hours just with Johnny Carson, like trying to interview him properly or whatever. And then I thought if I brought a buddy, it would be fun. Like, but he can't, I can't just bring a buddy. If I could share it with somebody, but otherwise it would be very hard work.
And by the way,
but I regret not going. I should have gone.
But also, as you're sitting there, I'm thinking my purpose of saying that wasn't I wouldn't do the same thing. Like, I could totally see being so nervous that, like, if there's a third person, that makes it a tremendous amount easier. That third person,
especially if it's a mutual.
If
you went with your buddy, you'd go see anybody.
Yeah. So, but I was for a second thinking, here's the reason I think that he's not calling you.
What's odd? It's odd to hear you say that you
He's
don't
dead, by
feel
the
like
way.
you know
I'm kidding.
Dave at all. Because like every time you're on the show, it seems like he's like so excited to see you, and you guys have such great chemistry together. I could have sworn you guys were like hanging out.
No, I don't know David. Letterman.
I like to see when you could tell, and I think it usually, and then we'll move on to something else, because I always say it's nice to get compliments, but if it makes you awkward to sit there and just receive them, but you can just put up with it for another second. But it's fun to see your friends when they're on a show like that where you can tell Dave like appreciates that they bring their game, and that's fun. I see it with Spade a lot too. I feel like they both know. Like, and same thing with you. I feel like that you came prepared to fucking.
Well, it's fun because they have to fucking talk to all these actresses and all the time and shit like that. So, like, it's a joy for them to hear somebody being funny and shit, and them not having to do all the fucking work of, dragging a story out of the girl from
Third In from the new show that got canceled.
From the Badge. I'm trying to pick a show that doesn't exist because
every show exists.
I don't want to hit one person.
Two women and a duck. Where's a cowbell when I need one? Oh my God, I love all this. I love these. I love any stories when it has to do with the story that you have with Al Roker, is it with the? I always try to retell it to my friends, and I think I always can't do it right.
Story.
No, yes, you do with the John Fogerty. Who was that?
That's not Al Roker.
Oh, who was that about? Not Al Roker. Oh my God,
Al Roker.
Al Roker.
I was like, I would know. I think I would know if I had an Al Roker.
I know it was. Who was it? Hugh Hausler. No, I wasn't him.
It was
no, it was who was it? Come on, it was not that big of a
Bob
deal.
Uecker.
Bob Uecker. Yeah. Oh Jesus! Oh my God, my show sucks. Oh my God, I'm going off the air.
Did we find out
this
how
is so embarrassing? Oh my God, this is. Oh my God, Norm's staring at me like he feels bad for me. I could just see him. He's like, poor Todd, this is all he's got. And Daniel, shut the fuck up. Did that chair when you met David? Oh my God, are you fucking shitting me?
Todd, you know we can hear you.
Hello? No, seriously, what's up? No, this is fun. That's the way the guy gets out of it. He's so like, oh my God, he realizes that his thoughts were going out. Oh my God, look at us, we're having fun. I have no idea what time it is. What time is it? How long have we been going?
7:39. We've been going for close to.
Oh, we did.
40 minutes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Shh, don't
When do you take your break?
There's no breaks in this business.
You told me you took a break.
I don't take breaks.
I heard you took breaks.
Last time I took a break. Yeah, let's take a break. No, what? I changed my mind. I'm addicted to. You want to hear this? What's wrong? What's wrong? Why are you laughing? You look like you're wearing a bow tie. This okay. I don't know what to do.
You want me to do my impression of Nixon talking about rich people?
Oh, that's what I was waiting for. You weren't doing the impersonation.
I was going to do the impression.
Wait, what happened?
I was
then?
going to do the impression of Richard Nixon talking about.
I think that's what you were going to do. To be honest, I think it was the guy with the story from
Bob
Clearwater.
Bob Uecker.
No, but I want to hear Nixon. Can we hear Nixon?
Yes. Moving on.
No,
Edit this out.
No, Nixon said this because it was very interesting because I watched I know everything about Nixon, so I listened to I knew all the tapes, the Frost Nixon tapes. I would listen to all of them. You can't even get them anymore. But in the movie, it's all wrong. Like Nixon crushed him in the actual life, and in the movie, like it looked like he beat Nixon, Frost, but he didn't at all. Like it was Nixon's greatest.
That would be
Do you know about this?
Not a very compelling Hollywood story.
No, that would.
What's
be
your
a good
fascination
story.
with Nixon? Like,
so Nixon in the tapes, like he did, I mean, in the Frost Nixon debates, Nixon's the most fascinating because he's really persuasive,
Mm-hmm.
and he talks about the meaning of life. He talks about a lot of things.
Richard Nixon.
Yeah. Do you want to hear Nixon on the meaning of life?
Yes.
He goes, well, I see a lot of people say, who would be happy is a fellow that got to golf all the time. And he didn't have to work anymore. But the most unhappy people I've ever met live in the south of France, Palm Springs, Palm Beach. And they golf too much. And they drink too much and they think too little. And they don't know that life is in the struggle, whether you win or lose. So it's the people in the watering holes. And I know there are people that are saying, well, I don't believe that. I think if I had a car, by God.
You talk like me a little.
So that's his purpose of life, struggle.
Now, this might sound like a stupid question, maybe, but where did you get that from? Like, where does the average? Where are those speeches
I collected all the tapes of. I've collected all the tapes of Nixon and all the tapes of Manson.
When did he say this stuff? Like most presidents
tapes.
don't
get
so eloquent. Like
He said this on the Frost Nixon tapes that in the movie it was depicted as Nixon crushing, but actually Nixon was just setting out all these, it was his greatest moment. Like he just made himself completely human. And also what's funny about Nixon is when he does the things about the Watergate, because Watergate was so ludicrous, the things they did, they were so fucking ridiculous, that Nixon just says them sarcastically because they're so retarded. So they'll go like Frost will go now when Ehrlichman talks about the wearing of the wigs and so forth and the disguises and the changes in voice with the machines. And then Nixon goes, well, if you're talking about they're saying that there's listening devices, or in this case, I suppose it would be more hearing devices. Or if you're talking about wigs. How do you say wigs as if it was the most retarded thing ever? Or wigs. But meanwhile, the wigs were true, and that's what's funny about Nixon. Nixon and Manson are both funny because he makes the person interviewing them look like an idiot.
Right.
Like Manson's like, okay. One time I heard Manson go, the woman said why did your response? Because I never killed nobody, man. He goes, yeah, but you sent your girls to go kill them. And he goes, let me tell you something, man. Why don't you fly to New York? And she goes, what? He goes, just tell him Charlie told you, man. When you get to New York, don't pay her nothing, break the law, and then when you get there, say Charlie said it was all right. Very funny.
Oh, that is funny. He's a smart guy, right? Well, you have to be.
I don't know if he's smart.
Diabolical.
I don't know if he's smart. He also said, my mother's Eisenhower and my father's an icebox. That's not that smart.
See, thank you. You don't just take the other ones.
What about Nixon? He was smart, right?
Well, Nixon was really smart, yeah. But the funny thing about Nixon that fascinates me so much is that he was very transparent. People say he was a political expert, but the fact is he was the opposite. Obama's a political expert, or Reagan, people that can hide their feelings completely, and appear Nixon, you could fucking tell everything he was saying. You could tell when he was lying, and he was nervous and shifty.
Nixon would never get elected now.
No, I don't know how he ever got elected.
Yeah, that's true. Also, who was right before him? LBJ.
I have no idea.
LBJ.
I get lost after how many presidents?
That's how he got elected. Just how Bush got elected, because everything was so bad.
Yeah, he was around for a long time, Nixon. He was the vice president for 2 terms before Kennedy.
Hello, this is Robert Kennedy. I'm calling on the show.
Oh, that's it.
We have Robert Kennedy.
No, let me get a little better. Hold on.
Robert F. Kennedy.
Listen here. This country that we live in, a lot of great people have done some amazing things.
That's pretty
good. That is amazing.
But we need, listen up. This is the way I always talk, even when I talk to my wife on the phone at night. I say, listen, honey, I will be home, and we will have fun when I get home, but while I'm gone, I cannot be...
Wait, is this another repurposing of your act?
Pretty good.
Is this repurposing of your act?
No.
Is this when you did the? Is this when you did the game show host at home, making love?
All right, everybody, let's put our money down on the floor. We're going to have some fun
That was
now.
pretty good.
How did you do? But tell us seriously that bit, because I remember you doing this.
What bit?
That early bit you did about the game show host, but he's at home with the wife.
Oh, God, that was when I would play the dating game music. I would go, no, I forget.
I was saying something really hacky. I didn't think you'd...
Oh, no.
Turns out he has one.
I just cackled. Hey, for the people, I know this seems stupid, but for you... People, what if someone doesn't realize what you just did?
No.
He brings up I know I'm telling people, like, they might go, well, yeah, that's how we know it. That's why we're laughing. But in case you didn't, he brings up the most cheesy subject. It's a trick amongst comedians, except I thought I really had a bit like that. So you make up some horrible premise, and then I literally go, oh, yeah, I remember that bit. And that's where we're at right now. Okay.
That is.
You're like, no, I didn't do it. What was maybe I didn't hear what you said. I try to get out of it. Maybe I didn't hear what you said. Maybe I didn't hear what you said. All right, I'm having
fun.
This
is my favorite thing on the road.
I don't like to be more...
This is my favorite thing on the road for pandering. You go like, hey, man, where are you guys again? They're like, we're in East Rutherford or something. And you go, okay, so who should I make fun of? And they go, you should make fun of those fuckers from West Rutherford. And then you go, all right. So then you go up and you go, hey, man, this is fucking nice. Last night I was playing in West Rutherford. They're like, boo. You're like, these fucking retards. And they're like, yeah. And then I'm like, wait a second, you're from you people should be closer than anyone on earth. Like, why is your enemy West Rutherfordian?
Right, it's like one town over. Really,
you got to be very, very similar.
That's great.
But how could
and I love comedians that really love to work all those tricks too. Like they don't do one after another. We counted a comedian one night.
Remember you told me the funniest thing was you going, because comics, when they go to town, like they'll find out of the gay bar in town, then they'll go like, hey, I was just at the mine. They're pretty friendly over there at the mine shaft. I had dinner, and these fellas, remember?
No, that was a bit we used to do.
I know, but remember you used to go to clubs and go like, you'd tell the owner that you were doing that joke, remember?
No, I remember this bit being where I worked at the Improv. We had a comedian that came in and he goes, which this is true.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, what's the name of a gay bar? I want to use it in my act.
Right.
So we're like, so many years ago, I think they told him what one was. And then the joke was that he never did it in his act. So, but he would go like, here's when he got caught. So he's on stage and he goes, when he asked for it, they go, oh, you want a gay bar? We'll probably go to the, give me a
mine shaft.
Go to the mine shaft. He goes, oh, okay, cool. They have valet parking?
Yeah, that's right.
They're like, well, why would he get... Why would he... Yeah. So he's like...
a joke?
He's like, no. It's for my act. It's like I do this thing and I do a bit and then he gets caught again. He goes, no. Just for the act. I make a joke. They're open late?
They're open late?
Yeah. What time
it's
is
real
late
shit,
show
right?
get out
It's not where it's fucking just, it's like assholes and stuff.
Wait, you seem...
No, for the joke.
For the
and then
joke.
the one night the owner watches...
The joke's about whether it's a real thing or not.
And then one night the owner decides, I never see him do a joke about it. I'm going to stick around tonight and see when this joke comes. He watches the whole set, no joke at all. And then he goes, hey... in my scenario, why this would... They'd have to be really intense. I noticed you didn't make any joke with your gay place you wanted to go. Wonder if you're going there.
What if you're like, hey, later, man, I do this rape joke. Is there a street corner, like, is there an area known for rapists?
Like a lot of unsolved rapes happen?
A lot of unsolved rapers get away with it?
You have a joke about unsolved rape?
And then you don't do the joke, and the guy's like, fuck, he didn't do the joke at all.
Oh, Norm, I'm so I have faith in you because I thought I was so out there, and then he was able to take it a little further. I thought I was being, you guys all left me hanging.
No, I was enjoying it too much.
Oh, you were? Was that your problem?
I don't know.
Anyway, is that your problem? Mm-hmm.
Hello, this is John Kennedy.
John Kennedy.
Which Kennedy's alive?
John Kennedy. Who's Kennedy's alive?
Yeah, which one?
None are alive.
Okay, this is a distant cousin with the same voice.
I couldn't think of it. I wanted to
Wait,
do.
are there any male Kennedys?
Well, there's all those young kids, Junior, Robert, all these junior guys. I don't know what they're
That's like Robert, grandkids?
Oh, we sound like a bunch of morons.
Yeah, we do. Saying stuff we don't know. We did sound stupid.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Well, it did sound stupid.
I also thought it'd be funny to do you ever do, like when people do talk about movies, if you have a movie show where two critics are talking about it. I've had arguments with guys, neither of us have seen the movie. We go, fuck, I heard fucking J. Edgar was no good, like DiCaprio. Really? I heard Scorsese was made it watchable. I want to see it, That's not what I heard. I heard.
And then after did you see it? No.
You don't see it, yeah. But you have your opinions.
Well, yeah, it's so funny because you realize, oh, really? That's
that's funny because my friend said they saw that coming completely.
Oh, in your act?
No. That you continue on. You go.
Oh, you
I
did?
heard the ending sucked. That you could see it coming. Really? My friend said you couldn't see it coming at all.
Hello?
What was that?
Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, it's not
I
necessary.
couldn't follow it, so I thought I'd yell at you.
Listening is not necessary for your job, Todd. I don't know who you've been getting advice from in radio, but listening is highly overrated. It's the only important thing you can do.
Hey,
I just want to listen to Norm talk about whatever.
Okay, listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break and then figure out how we're going to wrap things up.
Okay, cool.
I mean, do you have any questions you want to ask me? No, seriously, Norm. Is there something you want to ask me? Because a lot of times people get shy. We're with our peers. We don't really. Maybe there's a piece of advice you want from me. I'll give it. What do you want to know? What's the most? What you respect about me the most? And I'll take it. I'll shut up and
You
listen.
want me to ask you advice?
Well, I just want you to tell me.
I'll ask you advice.
No.
I'll ask you advice.
I just want you to really. Why am I so good? All right, come on. Isn't anybody going to stop me?
I think you.
I mean, I didn't mean for you to really.
I think
have
you
to-
look at comedy a lot. You watch comedy a lot.
There you
and
go.
I think you're a kind person. So those two together make you very funny.
I know you're going to think I'm just saying this, everybody, but when he's right, he's right. No, seriously, no, I don't usually agree with the thing he says. I'm really, normally I'm like, shut the fuck up, Norm. But in this case, I think he's right. Chris, you're doing a great job, and I've had my second McFlurry. Come on. Hey, want to hear somebody? Oh, this is how we'll. You want to hear something? This guy sings "Amazing Grace," and he's like a crack addict. It's not funny. There's a crack addict. It's not. It's not the part I'm laughing at. But I swear to you, you have to picture this in your head. I think. Can we see it? Oh, we can see it. But I have to explain for the people. He's at a church, and he's not on crack. He's heavily influenced. He's not. This is not a joke. And he's trying to sing "Amazing Grace." Now, let me tell you. As much as I'm laughing at it, I also think there's something great about it. He really wants to sing this song, and he had to be this fucked up to really do it. That's all. He can't really sing it. So I don't know what I'm getting very scared.
But it's also like if it's sung by a crackhead, it has extra poignancy because he means what he's singing with a great.
He was just letting that's what he was giving it everything he had, and in his head,
he believed what it was.
Yes, in his head, he probably heard someone sing that song. He really wanted to sing it, but this is, but it also is comical. Don't feel bad because it is funny too. Okay, play it.
Praise the Lord, Jesus in the name of the Lord. Amen. I'm going to sing Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound.
Pause it. By the way, I'm not even joking. I would not play this if I thought he was mentally challenged or whatever the correct term is. I swear to God, I wouldn't think this was funny. I just think he's. Well, I guess it's not that nice that I'm making fun of him for being drugged out of his mind.
I think it's Looney Tunes.
He's a Looney Tune, right? I'm the guy who doesn't listen.
Oh, he's high.
No, he's high on something.
Okay.
So then it's funny. Oh my God, I got lost. I thought you guys were all like fucking throwing me under the bus.
No.
Norm's the only one that takes care of me. I totally, try to make myself. Norm's the only one who's like, back off. You got a legend in the room. Norm's the only one over there going, you know what you work with every day? Do you realize that this is somebody that's great? Sure, that's what Norm thinks. Problem is nobody else. That was an old trick, I think. All right, so play this.
So you're going to play a 3-minute and 20-second?
Can I? What happened?
No, shut it off. We don't play it now.
Those are your friends that show you YouTubes. You're
not going
like,
to play
this is 8:41. The fuck? I know I would ever go, you want to watch a third of a sitcom? You're like, huh? You have to.
You know what? You like doing bits that are based on phony premises because that's what you're doing. I wasn't going to play the whole thing, and you know it.
I did not.
You were just making fun of me. You're getting a cheap
I saw
laugh at my
321
expense. I was going to watch the whole thing. Like I can't. How many times in this show do we go in and out of songs? We don't play. Look, why am I getting defensive? I would never do that. Rory's over there going, Todd, how does he do it at night after night? Guy's brilliant. I make everybody think I'm great.
Yeah.
I know. Katie's over there going, this is what I get to work with. It's fun. Anyway. Norm, I'm gonna thank you for stopping by.
All right, man. All right.
I don't really want to say goodbye, and to tell you the truth, I didn't think Rory was going to show. Oh, my God, it's so rude. All right. Is there anything else, anybody? You want to ask Daniel anything? You don't have to ask anybody anything. Is there anything? How should I end it? Help me out here. What do I do?
I know everything. So I can never think of a question.
Do you know do you know the secret to life?
Well, that's an easy one.
Well, the saddest people I know are in the water hole, Palm Springs, Palm Beach, south of France. They golf too much. They think too much, drink too much, think too little. I know a lot of people are going to go, by golly, I'd just like to be retired and have a car, and wouldn't that be fine? Go ahead.
Play it.
I love the word.
I'm sorry. I know that sounded. Yes! Hold on. I'm allowed to pick on him. He wanted to smoke pot. He said he doesn't think he gets lost. This is why. Oh, sure. You can't say that. That's too easy. Oh, it's not because of the pot. Well, what is it then? You have to see a doctor? No, I'm serious. If it's not because of the pot, I'm worried about your reaction timing. I hope it's because of the pot. Then I can tease you. We all have fun. But don't make me believe it's not the pot. I seriously would call the police.
I've seen that.
I mean, I would think there was something so off. Like if you're pie, then I get it. You're a little off. It's all right. I'll tease you. It's. When he set that up, it was for a different song. Well, Norm, I tell him to shut the fuck up. He won't listen. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, it's funny, like, because on TV, you see the stage manager, like, oh, they're still doing it. You see the stage manager, like, saying, like, give them the 5-second, thing to the host, and the host sees it. But you guys, like, did, like, 25 minutes. Fucking mimed each other while we were just sitting.
Oh, yeah, I know. That was... Oh, God. Norm, can I stay at your house for like just 6 months? I'm not even joking around. I'm a totally good housemate.
What's wrong?
I'm putting a pool in, and I hate the noise. Is fucking freaking me out. The guy's rich and cheap. He's rich and cheap. It's new on NBC.
You should pitch that.
He's rich and cheap.
Hey, do you mind if I stay in your house? They're putting a marble showcase in my living room.
I don't know. That was one of the promos.
It's funny when you say rich and cheap. It's funny when my buddy Jim Downey at SNL used to get incensed when they do a play on words on a title of a sitcom, but then they name one of the characters that. I mean, like Will and Grace or Grace Under Fire. So you go, well, you can't. You named it fucking Grace. You gave her the name Grace, and then you came up with a play on it?
Yeah, pick a better name.
Right.
Like if her real name was Grace, it could be clever. But that could have been reverse engineered.
Reverse psychology?
Reverse engineered.
Oh.
I went to a reverse.
Do tell.
My father went to a reverse psychologist, and it didn't work out.
I used to tell people I taught in
suicide.
Wait, hold on. I don't want to go ahead if I'm not following something.
The doctor said, the reverse psychologist told my dad, in an effort to make him happy, because he was a reverse psychologist, that he should commit suicide. And then my dad committed suicide.
Where does that come from?
You shouldn't go to a reverse psychologist. I don't believe it. It's a new field, and it often doesn't work.
That's funny. All right, you know what? That's how you say goodnight. I'm not
baby.
stupid. What do you think? I'm fucking stupid? I'm not fucking. Write us out of here. Thanks for coming by,
Thanks,
Norm.
baby.
Daniel, thanks for coming by, everybody. Thank you. A whole bunch of fun people here. And, oh, no, that's just a fake wrap-up. We still got more to go.
Oh, what the?
No, that's it. All right, bye.
I'm sick of these kind of characters. I think we should kill Hitler. Me and you go suicide, kill him.
Right. It was like died 50 years ago, probably.
Did he? I didn't even know he was sick.
But I did want to bring up Norm MacDonald first, if you don't mind, and your thoughts on somebody who I'm sure you've known for quite some time.
Well, I didn't know he was sick at all. It's sad.
And one of the guys who loved him and always had him on the show, is a huge fan, is Jay Leno. And Jay's with us. Jay, how are you, sir?
Good. I mean...
Horrible. I didn't even know he was sick. Were you aware of that?
Sudden.
No, I didn't know he was sick. You know, he kept it all inside.
Yeah.
And, you know, he was a private person.
And I had a really tough reaction to this one. I didn't have no idea he was even sick.
This guy is my favorite stand-up, and I was shocked. I didn't know he was even sick.
For obvious reasons, we lost Norm MacDonald this week, which was just, I had no idea that he was even sick.
Did you know he was sick?
No. Absolutely stunned. Had no idea that Norm had not only been very ill, but been very ill for a very long time. None of us had any idea.
I'm used to say goodbye, nothing new to me. Baby, I'm trying to survive, and I know that you believe in a world with happy endings. So tired of pretending that
joke after his death, it'd be something along the lines of, I was relieved to find out that I died of cancer and not that O.J. Simpson killed me.
Yep.
I think it would be kind of like the epitome of an afterlife joke from Norm there.
Here's Norm's son, Dylan. Yeah.
Oh, hi. I just wanted to say that my father loved dogs, and he loved the second annual HCA Awards. and that ever since he was a kid in the Ottawa Valley, he always wanted to win a second annual HCA Awards, and also to have a dog.
Thank you.
Remember, kids, a stranger is just a friend you haven't met yet. Unless he has candy, in which case he's probably a pedophile. So, maybe not that one. But I'm on a seafood diet. I see food, and if it's a fish, I eat it.
Meta.
Yeah. So.
I hate meta.
It's tough though. There's so much sex. I know you got a family. You got a kid, right?
Yeah, I got a beautiful little kid. Dylan.
How old is he?
He's 3. He's the greatest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is he like? What? Let's just end there. How's your son? You guys having fun together? You doing?
Oh yeah, we went to Disney World last week in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place is great, man. Yeah. There are all these like Goofies there, and Mickey Mouse, and Pluto, and Chip and Dale.
Yeah, oh, Chip and Dale.
Yeah, they're all there, and they don't like wander around like they used to.
No?
They keep them in like one place, and you have to line up to get, and even give autographs. You know, the hell you want an autograph from? So, yeah, you get an autograph from a bitter college student making $4 an hour. You know? But I didn't stand in line. That was an hour line to get an autograph from one of these guys. So what I did is I got autographs from some of the characters that my kids weren't aware of that are at Disneyland. Like I got an autograph from Security Man Guy and Mr. Popcorn Stand. You know, they had a weird thing in that thing. There was a guy was taking a picture with his kid, and how Goofy was there. You know, or no, it was Mickey Mouse.
Right.
And Mickey Mouse was taking a picture with a little 2-year-old, and the 2-year-old's father was taking the picture, and the kid like slipped out of Mickey's hands and fell down. And fortunately, Mickey has giant shoes, so it protected the child from smashing into the concrete.
Right.
And it hit it. He bounced off the shoe, you know. And then there was bedlam. Everybody was like scared and everything, and everybody was worried and yelling. And meanwhile, Mickey has this big smile on his face. He doesn't know. You can't change his expression, you know. All he can do is like go.
You have a son also?
I have a son, yeah, a little older. He's, I want to say, he's 10 or 15.
Yeah.
The point is this. I want to give you a little advice. First of all, they get less cute.
Oh. Norm, I remember years ago you told me that you were there for the birth of your son, and I always remember this. And you said that was the most exciting thing you had ever participated in. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes. And then what happened?
I took crystal meth.
That's family
great
time.
pleasure in my son being happy.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hmm. How old is your son?
He's, what, 10, 15?
You liar! He's 6. He's a 6-year-old. You had sex in the last 10 years.
No, my son's 16 years old. He's 6. No, he's 16 years old.
He's 16.
Yeah.
So is he a confidant? Do you call him and, do you ever share personal, trials and tribulations and triumphs?
I would never do that to a child.
He's 16.
Well, I mean,
As you have said, he can't be a child forever. When are you going to put the hard realities of life on him?
Well, that's an interesting question. That is an interesting question because I actually have love for my son.
Yes.
Like deep,
of course.
Deep love.
He's your son.
And so I don't want to damage him with
the way you were damaged.
With the harsh realities.
I was no, I had a great.
No,
but I don't want to damage him with any viewpoints I may have because he's not ready yet for reality. I think children aren't ready for reality for a while. But I do tell them that education is pointless and things like that.
What does his mother say?
She thinks that he should go to college and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should.
And you're
Not
like,
everyone can grow
don't
up and
waste
be a
your money.
comedian.
Yeah, I'm saying it's just arbitrary nonsense. I tell him even the classes he takes now, it's just ridiculous. That algebra has no meaning and none of this stuff.
Unless he becomes an engineer.
Well, unless he becomes.
Do you have no hope for this child?
Unless he becomes a math professor. But I mean, you think it's a coincidence that they have 6 subjects out of 10 billion that they teach in school?
And then
That's
you
just
pick one of the 10 billion to focus on.
No, you have to.
You
they
need
don't
basic
teach you 10
math.
billion.
You need basic language. It's lovely when the school has art or music, which none of them do anymore. A little PE to keep us from getting fat. I mean, come on.
Yeah. No, they have
a little
some good
science,
ones.
some
They
of the
have some
basic
good
science stuff. Sure they do. Of course they do.
No, I tell him if he wants to go to college, he should have a goal, to be.
He can't. He's 16. No kid at 16 has a goal. Their goal is to be a rock star.
Or have sex.
Well, right.
I mean, that's actually the goal.
Does he want to have sex? Or did you tell him, oh, don't bother with that? There's nothing for you in that. It's just repetitive. It's over and over.
I
Same
would
thing.
discuss something like that with him. I hold him in too high esteem to discuss it.
We're super short on time. I've already missed my traffic thing. I'm fascinated. I don't know whether to slap you or hug you. Like, seriously, I feel like someone needs to shake you and knock some sense into you. We are going to take a short break.
Or maybe you.
What?
Maybe you.
Knock sense into me? No, I'm doing fine. I'm good over here.
Oh, me too.
No, you're not. I'm telling you. I know from broken people, Norm MacDonald.
I was at a party with a friend and so I noticed you first. And you returned my gaze, knew how to quench my thirst. You took me to that room like a dream come true. The dance you performed was just for me and you. Kisses on the neck, then you work your way down. Let yourself go for me all around town. Seductively stood before, but it feels so good.
What are the best things in your life right now?
The best thing is my son. Still,
it goes
did
on.
you see Django Unchained?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. You remember when Leonardo DiCaprio and the boys were sitting around watching the slaves
the
fight to death?
Yeah, awful.
Yeah, awful.
Oh, he's not doing what I told him, for God's sake.
Bravo, Luigi, così, dai! Dai che sei più rapido!
Come on now, boys! A fight to the death!
But isn't that what boxing is?
No.
You and your rich friends, you go to Vegas, you say, bring up those poor black people from the ghetto. In the ghetto.
I don't think that's the requirement.
And a mother cry.
I don't think that you have to be African American.
You have to be poor.
Okay.
Well.
It just so happens, I think. Maybe because that's a way out for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think it's cool that rich people pay money to watch two poor people fight to the death?
Well, if they're good, they won't be poor anymore. Mayweather was one of the top paid athletes last year.
Yeah. Yeah. And he lost it all on the Jaguars.
This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these, Tori.
I haven't seen these.
No.
Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black, LA, white, Vegas.
Yeah.
I thought we were going over my credits, and you've lured me into a discussion. You put me on the side of the argument.
I'm trying to say,
a rich white person oppressing young black males into boxing. I don't know how I got that.
Let's go back to Saturday Night Live.
All right.
Because it was always a mystery to me why you were fired. I had my own theory. It's a rather shallow theory.
I'd love to hear your theory.
You were bald.
Oh, that would not make it an issue.
That would be the worst reason ever. I grasped onto that you were bald. You know what I mean? The way that conspiracy theorists go, by God, one disturbed 24-year-old could not have taken down Camelot. I think the same way with you. Why were you fired?
Was Oswald 24?
He was an overachiever.
He looked older than 24.
I look at the poster and for Anchorman 2, and what do I see on the poster? Paul Rudd. Who else do I see? Will Ferrell. Who else do I see? Steve Carell. Who else do I see? David Koechner. 3 multimillionaires.
I'm not multi-million. Do you think I'm really wealthy?
No, I said 3 multimillionaires.
Oh, 3. Listen, folks.
Name me another guy that had that many characters in the first year of Saturday Night Live, bar Eddie Murphy.
Well, I'll bet you Mike Myers did.
First year? Mike Myers, first year? Nothing.
Nothing. Why do I keep getting put
You're
on
not a
these
bitter man. You're not bitter.
This side of these arguments.
Well, you miss it. Your father had something to do with turkeys. I was told. A little birdie told me.
He was a manufacturer of turkey coops.
What is your favorite project you've ever worked on?
This.
I want to talk about Del Close.
Favorite project I've ever worked on, there's tons. There's tons of them.
Yeah.
A recent one, and this is not just
so you don't understand the word favorite.
Wow. Is this called Norm's Hot Box today?
This guy, Pee Wee Sherman 300 is his name. He says, in a few words, tell us why Second City is so much better than the Groundlings or Upright Citizens Brigade.
Is it?
That's what he thinks.
He said, tell me why it is.
Yeah.
I keep getting put into this situation. Here's your argument you must defend. What are its properties? Can you tell me what some of the properties a mug might have, Norm? I've lost him. I think he's asleep.
No. I can tell you what properties a mug might have,
okay.
But I think you might be interested in the fact that this guy used to jerk off punks under the Queensboro Bridge for $15 a man.
Are you sure they were punks? How did we get there?
Paradise with your body, I don't wanna share. We're making dynamite, explosive love intentions building in the air.
In improvisation, you get a suggestion.
Could I play one of the deadly sins?
Yes. You let that inform what you're going to do, for instance. Pick one of your favorite deadly sins.
Well,
gluttony.
I remember one time a preacher that I used to know when I was a young boy. And he said he always driving his bicycle, you know, here and there and here again. Always driving his bicycle. So,
what's going on?
I was going to tell you a story.
I know, but
it has to do with this.
Okay.
And he's a good man, pious man. And one day, his bicycle went missing. So my daddy said to him, Bert, that was his name. We weren't Catholic, you know, he just called the preacher by his first name. Bert, I think I know how to find out who stole your bicycle. How would I do it? When you're talking, when you're doing your sermon next week, you just go through the 10 Commandments. You just go through the 10 Commandments from 1 to 10. And when you hit number 8, thou shalt not steal, you look at the congregation and you'll see somebody, doing this here, you know, fiddling with his glasses. That's your thief. I'll do it, Bert says. So my daddy told me that story, and I was really hankering to see that speech that Bert was going to say that day. So he goes through the 10 Commandments. Starts from 1 right down to 10. Now he gets to 8 and speeds right through it. Speeds right through 8. My daddy said, "What the hell?" So afterwards, you get outside. Bert, what in earth happened? Number 8 was the one you were supposed to go. You know, Why'd you speed through it? Bert says, "Well, I tell you why. When I came to number 7 in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not commit adultery. By golly, I remember where I put my bike." He was fucking Widow McClanahan.
Then it's not adultery. She's a widow.
No, but he's a man of the cloth.
Oh, he's a Catholic. He's a priest.
No, he's a reverend, but we have our, you know.
So that's how we got there from the 7 deadly sins. Okay.
Yeah. In a highly unusual ruling, the California State Supreme Court declared this week that O.J. Simpson attorney Alan Dershowitz is, quote, one ugly bastard. Meanwhile, Simpson Dream Team attorney Alan Dershowitz was back in the news this week, and good Lord is he ugly. Take a look at the guy. I mean, this is an ugly, ugly guy. No two ways about it. An ugly character. All right. It was reported this week that Simpson prosecutors Marcia Clark and Chris Darden often passed sexually explicit notes back and forth at the trial. Notes which discussed each other's, quote, turn-ons. And according to the notes, both Darden and Clark are turned on by the same freakish thing, Alan Dershowitz. Last week at a dramatic press conference about the crash of TWA Flight 800, ABC News correspondent Pierre Salinger displayed a document which he believes is proof that the jet was shot down by a U.S. Navy missile. Later, he proudly showed reporters his solid gold Rolex that he bought on the street for just $15.
one ugly bastard, isn't it? Washington Power to some Mary Madeline and James Carville are expecting their first baby in July. No one knows if the baby will be a Democrat or a Republican, but doctors are sure of one thing. It will be weird looking. Leona Helmsley fired a maid this week for stealing her Victoria's Secret lingerie. And you think she looks hot here, huh? Imagine, if you would, with the... This week, President Clinton made history when he nominated Madeleine Albright to be first female Secretary of State. Responding to critics who say that she is not the best choice, the president insisted, quote, "She looks a lot better after a couple of drinks." Meanwhile, Republican hopeful Phil Gramm says that Bob Dole should not get the nomination because he backed President Clinton's plan to send troops to Bosnia. Dole responded that Gramm should not be nominated for president because, well, look at him. Take a gander at the fella. Incidentally, Ms. Maston will be represented in her civil suit by feminist attorney Gloria Allred, who is also quite unattractive. No box of chocolates, that one. The most famous vineyard in France, Chateau Mouton Rothschild, has been getting complaints about a new wine label which features a sketch of a naked woman. It should be noted, however, that the sketch is of Sally Jesse Raphael. You don't want to see, nobody wants to see that. For the 5th year in a row, People magazine has named John F. Kennedy Jr. one of its 50 most beautiful people. Meanwhile, Big Red Nose magazine has named Ted Kennedy one of its 50 faces most ravaged by drink. Former Interior Secretary James Watt was indicted this week for still having a large light bulb-shaped head. To discourage worship of the Dalai Lama, the Chinese government has banned all photos of the exiled Tibetan leader, except for this photo from the 70s. And filmmaker Ken Burns announced that following his baseball series, his next documentary project will be a 12-hour, 8-part history of the dorky haircut. The first deaf Miss America, Heather Whitestone, was crowned last week in Atlantic City. Although completely deaf, she is an expert lip reader. Personally, I don't think she's that pretty, you know. Not my cup of tea. According to an obscure 14th century law, British Army Captain James Hewitt could be hanged for having an affair with Princess Diana. The punishment for having sex with Princess Diana is death. The punishment for having sex with Princess Anne is having sex with Princess Anne. Senator Strom Thurmond, at 94, the oldest person ever to serve in Congress, has been hospitalized this week with a bout of the flu. Doctors who examined the senator thoroughly got kind of nauseous. No matter how hard he tries not to, House Speaker Newt Gingrich just continues to scare the bejesus out of little kids. In a recent interview, tenor Luciano Pavarotti says that he is so in love with his new girlfriend that he likes to run nude on the beach with her. Read all about this in this month's issue of Things That Make Me Vomit. That picture makes me vomit as well. A new development in the Marv Albert story. This week, his accuser, Vanessa Perhatch, decided to go public, allowing news agency to print her name and picture. Following the publications of the photograph, legal experts were left wondering, who was the real victim? Not easy on the eye. Well, it's official. Sportscaster Marv Albert, convicted last month on assault and battery charges, will serve no jail time. But the big story was outside the courthouse, where the second accuser from his trial, Patricia Maston, showed her face in public for the first time. This new development had legal experts asking once again, who was the real victim here?
It's been a while, and I still like the way you look at me. Because I keep loving.
A celebrated Hollywood cosmetic surgeon, whose clients include Michael Jackson, Phyllis Diller, and Joan Rivers, has been accused of fondling patients while they were under anesthesia. The case has legal experts wondering, who is the real victim here? This week, a milestone in rock music. REM drummer Bill Berry has announced that he is quitting the band. Berry, who has been with REM for 17 years, says the decision to leave was entirely mutual between himself and his giant eyebrow. They talked it over and they decided it was best for both of them. An extremely rare albino lobster found recently in Maine will not end up on a dinner table, but will instead live out its days in a private aquarium. The lobster has already been flown from Casco Bay to Texas, where it will be lovingly cared for by rock legend Johnny Winter. Finally, in entertainment news, there are rumors that actor Don Johnson is dating 71-year-old San Francisco socialite Denise Hale. An observer who spotted the couple necking in a restaurant will have trouble getting an erection for the rest of his life.
Which brings us to two notable comedians and two friends of Gilbert's. And Gilbert, you might have to do the driving on this one. Let's start with the late, great Norm.
Yeah, I remember doing Norm's podcast. And, you know, as always, it turned with any of my comic friends who would turn like deranged. Mm-hmm. And he was very funny with that. He'd always talk with like a sneer, you know. It's like, and I remember right after I put that photo up a few times. It's one of my favorite photos. Afterwards, after doing Norm's show, Norm and I joined Jeff Ross and, of course, Bob Saget.
Yeah.
And I remember that being a night of just nonstop laughs.
You could tell even from the still photo
Yeah.
that you guys were ripping it up.
Yeah, it was just so much fun.
Truly original, truly original. I never met him. You know, it's funny. I'm in comedy a long time, and I know a million comedians, and I've gotten to work with a million comedians, and for some reason our paths never crossed. And we wanted to get him on this show, Gil, as you know.
Yes.
And he was Norm. So he was strangely strangely hard to pin down, or non-committal, or could do it and then couldn't do it, and.
Well, I don't really know. You know, I know I'm working.
One of the truly great comic minds, though, and that his last appearance on Letterman, where he got so emotional, you know, and in ways it sounds corny. I felt I knew him through his work, and obviously a lot of mutual friends. That Letterman appearance, really.
Gil, your appearance on his podcast, that whole podcast was so good. It was, and so funny.
Yeah, let's not diminish that, Gilbert. It made history, your appearance, and also the Einstein episode.
Yeah.
With Norm.
Yeah, I remember when I was on Norm's podcast afterwards, I just felt like I ran a marathon. It was just got crazier and crazier.
Netflix owns that show now, and they're not available to the public, unfortunately, and they're sitting on them. Hopefully one day it would be great if that podcast was re-released, because
there's that Bob Einstein episode is also legend.
Yep.
You know, what can you say about the guy? I mean, a really rare, truly original comic voice.
It just really
And I love
such
Kurt
a loss.
Ferguson more than life itself.
He, by the way, Norm's book, based on a true story, not a memoir, which is so funny. The audio book, he narrates it. So if if you miss Norm and you've never heard him reading his book, it's brilliant.
Now I got to get it. Yeah, I regret never meeting the man. And Gilbert,
Same.
I'm glad you had such wonderful times with him.
Yes, he was a lot of fun.
It's a big loss. It's a loss for this
just like
podcast
a total smartass.
Yeah, I wish our paths had crossed. So let's move on to Bob, last but not least, which was a blow and not expected. And I will say that I had just reached out to Bob. We just recorded our 400th episode a couple of days ago, Gilbert and I reached out to Bob and I said, will you come and do this with us? And he said, I think I'm on a plane that night. And we were going back and forth and trying to arrange something. And then I sent him the link, which has been shared online. I sent him the link to Don Rickles' estate auction. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
They
I bid on a couple things.
You bid on a couple of things?
And I got none of them.
Bob's face was on a couple of items that, like there was pictures of them together and a poster or something. And I said, hey, you might want to bid on some of these things. And he wrote me back and he said, this just makes me sad, actually. And he said, but life goes on. And I had said to my wife, I have to call Bob. I have to text Bob. We moved the date of the 400th episode, and I got a phone call from my sister-in-law probably 20 minutes later telling me she just heard that he was gone. It was very shocking, and still is.
I had just spoken to Bob like a few days before he died. And we were on the phone, and as always, the minute anything turned at all sincere or serious, we turn it to just complete filth and make it perverse, and it was always fun. And it was like, I always remember, like, when the Aristocrats came out, people were saying, can you believe Bob Saget talks like that? And to people who knew him, they say we couldn't believe he could speak any other way.
It wasn't Danny Tanner.
No.
I didn't know him that well. I certainly didn't know him as well as Gilbert. But but that was part of him. But there was such a gentleness to the guy.
Yes.
Too. I mean, his humor was so edgy and so dark and it could be so scatological, as you'll hear because we're rerunning the second episode that we did with him. But he didn't want to injure. He didn't want to hurt anybody. He was very, very, very sensitive guy. Did he always tell you that he loved you before he hung up the phone, Gilbert?
Yes.
As Dara shared with me, there was a real kindness to him that you couldn't miss.
And I remember I got a call from Jeff Ross who said, sad news, Bob Saget died. And I swear, I thought, this is going to be a funny, sick joke. And I said, okay. And I was waiting for the punchline. And then he said, no, seriously, he died. And I still have a hard time grasping that.
It's a gut punch. It really is. Gilbert you made the rounds. You went on CNN. You went on television. You said some lovely things about him. But 65. I mean, it's too young. It's too big a loss for.
And it seemed like he was another one starting out again. Like he did a live show.
Yeah.
And he was really excited to be getting back to live performing. And
Going back to the second podcast with him, and he started that podcast, Bob Saget's Here For You, and it did seem like he was entering another phase of his career and another phase of his life. It seemed like he was more wistful and trying more to be of service. I mean, that's why he was pleasant to be around. There really was no show business at all to the guy.
Yeah.
And he struck me, again, didn't know him well, but he struck me as also having a sadness about him. Do you think that, Gil, did you feel that?
Yeah.
A depth and a sadness about him.
And he also, he had 2 sisters who died.
Yeah, that's right.
One from scleroderma, which was a charity he did loads of work for.
Yes, to his credit.
And see, there's another thing that shows that what I've always said about comedy and tragedy. He made, I remember being with him a few times where he made jokes about his sister. Really deranged stuff. But then you see, he loved his sister. Of
course.
And his family was totally traumatized by it. But he could just be completely sick. I think if you could communicate with the dead and get in touch with Bob Saget, he would make completely bad taste jokes about his own death. He was that kind. He would just really
staying true to his art to the end.
Yes.
To the bitter end. It's a big loss for us personally, for Gilbert and Jeff and Stamos and obviously a lot of his friends and fans.
And I put up a photo too. I was on the beach with Jeff, and we're holding up a phone, and on the phone is Bob Saget, because we're sitting on the beach and said, "Hey, let's call Bob."
I saw the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not much else we can add. Rest in peace, Bob.
You know what I was way ahead on? Slut shaming. I was always against that. I remember telling the fellas in high school, I go, guys, I think we're making a big mistake by shaming the sluts. You see, here's what is my concern. I feel if we shame them too much, they might stop becoming sluts, and further ladies might not want to be sluts either. I have a different idea. Other than shaming the sluts, it's a bold idea. I say we take the sluts and we put them on our shoulders and we go, oh, hail the slut. Oh, for she's a jolly good slut, that kind of thing, So I was way ahead of it, man, way ahead of it. But anyway.
Some days we get closer. Things that we never really needed. Promises that we never thought of keeping safe. I guess it's never over. If we
Farrah, the first time I ever saw you, I thought, oh my God, that is one of the hoariest looking whores I have ever seen in my life. And I have seen a lot of whores because I'm a rock star. And, I've seen ladies like in the front row look at me with that super hoary look on their face. And you look hoarier than all of them. And that really means something.
So what was the story about The Tonight Show for you, about ruining a chance to get on The Tonight Show? Because you must have done The Tonight Show a bunch. I mean, I feel like I remember seeing you on The Tonight Show.
Well, there was The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and then there was afterward,
Right.
But I was living in Canada, and I was kind of at my peak. I'd been doing, I got good at stand-up pretty quick. So I was about 2 years in, and I was really good, And I said, I'll go. Carson had announced he was going to retire in 8 months. So I said, I'm going to go to move to Los Angeles and be the last comedian on The Tonight Show and have him anoint me and call me over to the couch, and it'll be a big deal, And so there was this talent booker for The Tonight Show who had a lot of power. And he was the guy you had to get through as a gatekeeper. So, anyways, but he was very frustrating to work. So I would do a set, And he would come. First time I did the set, he came up to me after. He goes, I didn't like you, but I was really drunk.
Jesus
so I'm like,
Christ.
jeez, man. So I'm all right. Well, can I do it again? He's like, oh, yeah, of course. I didn't care for him, but you're probably funny. Everybody says you're funny. But I tell you, I was really hammered. I'm like, all right. So then the next time, I'm sitting there and I look over. He's necking with a girl. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, what the fuck is this guy? So finally, he looks at the stage and sees me after 7 tries. And so then he goes, "You're great, but you're not a Johnny comic. You're a Jay comic." People say these ridiculous things that have no meaning. So I'm like, what? He's like, you're more of a Jay, because Jay was doing Monday night as the guest host at that time, and it had already been revealed that he was going to take over. So he goes, you're a Jay comic. And I go, no, I think I'm a Johnny comic. Like, that's what all my friends tell me. They always say, hey, you're kind of a Johnny comic. He's like, I think you're a Jay comic. I'm like, so I'm in my head. I'm like, there's no fucking, it doesn't mean anything. What are you talking about? I was so angry. And then he says, like, whispers it to me. He goes, and also, Jay is going to take over the show. And I go, that was in the paper. Like, why are you whispering it? Everyone knows this thing. You're telling me in confidence, So anyways, he says, Johnny will watch the Monday night with Jay, and everybody already knew at that point that Johnny hated Jay also, and even if he didn't, like, Johnny Carson's going to watch the guest host on his day off, at 11:30. So I never got to do the Tonight Show. But then looking back, like, I wasn't really a Carson guy. I just he was like the corny old guy to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I took it on faith that he was funny, and I'd see clips and he'd be funny. But I wasn't a guy who grew up with Johnny Carson. I was a guy who grew up with David Letterman. Right. So it probably was better for me to have my first spot on Dave,
You got sorted into the right house.
Yeah, without knowing it, It turned out I was a Dave comic.
You were neither a Leonard comic nor a...
Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You're familiar with the model Kate Upton? Well, apparently, she told the London Sun that life would be easier if she had small breasts. I suppose that's true if by easier she means harder. We have a great show!